Welcome to another episode of the Bastard Sermon. I'm one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker.
Patrick Seta.
And Luke Young.
And this week we've got on a returning guest, Jay Armstrong. Give it up, boys!
Thanks for coming back, man.
For people unfamiliar with Jay, he's a comedian. He's now doing photography shit. He's fucking around with hatchets and knives, apparently. Jay, what the fuck is going on? Say what's up to the listeners so they know what you sound like.
I've been doing. I'm not like playing with axes.
Are you throwing hatchets in your backyard at fucking Targets and stuff like that?
Becoming a vigilante.
Not really. It's about the whole EDC, like everyday carry type stuff, more than anything.
You carry a fucking axe on you instead of like a concealed weapon. You just got a fucking axe on you.
He used to be a juggalo. Of course he has an axe on him. All right, there's some things about being a juggalo that you never lose, and one of those things is carrying a hatchet on you at all times. Right, Jay?
I don't carry the hatchet every day, but it is from one of the companies that I ordered some other stuff from, and I got a good deal on it. It's actually not a hatchet, it's a tomahawk.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh,
What's the difference?
better.
I don't know the difference at all.
What? Yeah, what is the difference?
Fool.
Tomahawks are meant for throwing.
Oh, I thought you
So you're going to throw this at someone?
You can, yeah. It's actually designed on the mid-'70s Vietnam era U.S. Army tomahawk.
Is it true that if...
No shit.
Is it true that if you raise a tomahawk into the air and like warrior yell, that an Indian chief will appear before you and grant you 3 wishes?
You just canceled us.
Wow.
You just canceled us with your
I don't even know what that
extreme
was.
Native
racism.
American chief. Native American chief.
It automatically fills out an absentee ballot to vote for Elizabeth Warren.
You can't say Indian chief anymore? Is that bad? What did I do? What's so bad?
Hatchets and Indian chief magic and witches.
Did they not have tomahawks? What am I saying that's inaccurate?
No, they definitely did. And this tomahawk, though, it's a tactical tomahawk. It's like an army tomahawk. So one side is made for either throwing or for cutting things. And then the other side is a spike, and they would use that to drain the enemy. They would bust oil barrels and gas barrels with it so that they could stop them from being able to use the oil and gas.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's fucking crazy. What do they have to make something like that out of to be able to just bust through a steel barrel, like a 55-gallon drum like that?
You know what, man? The guys in the EDC community would probably be laughing their nuts off right now because I have no idea what it's made out of. It's some kind of steel. And those dudes, like, they're super big into what kind of steel every single blade is made out of. And I'm not that into it yet. I don't know. I've got some stuff that's made out of like 911 stainless steel. This one right here is 8CR13 MOV steel.
I don't have any fucking idea what that means, but it sounds cool. I mean, it sounds badass. If you just remember all those letters and numbers, and if you don't like fuck it up when you say it, like everybody will think you know what you're talking about, right? Does anybody ever question you on your steel knowledge?
They do, man.
Really? What is this EDC community? Can you break this down? I have no fucking idea.
Dude, they're
about
out
this.
there. We just don't know yet.
Is this like the open carry people? Is that the same thing, but with like knives and hatchets?
But tomahawks?
It's more about being prepared for any situation that you could be in.
Yeah.
A lot of guys carry like pry bars, and the pry bars will also almost always have a bottle opener on them or some other multi-tool. The minimalist wallets is kind of a big deal in the EDC community, which I have one
What is that?
here. Hold on, I'll show you.
That's like one of those fucking Ridge wallets. Allie has one of those things where they've got like it's
like a pocket knife in them kind of shit?
No, so it's like a really tiny wallet that just has your cards. It's like rubber banded together. If I think that's what he's talking about. I'm sure he'll show us.
Like a money clip kind of?
Yeah, and this is exactly the same thing Allie has. Yeah, I know what you're. Yeah, and then it's got like a thing on it that
awesome.
You can't. It won't. Is that the one that has the?
Got the RFID blocking. Most of them have the RFID blocking. Because people don't do pickpocketing anymore. They walk past you and scan your pocket, and it can pull all the numbers from the magnetic strips of your card.
Yeah.
And inside of these panels is an RFID blocker to stop them from doing that. So this one is an Armor brand one. It's the titanium edition.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That looks great. How much does it cost? Is it expensive?
This one was about $90.
God damn, $90. Holy
Hey,
fuck.
but you're spending the money for quality. I mean, look at it.
Look, it's $90 like a serious price for your identity. Huh? They got to make sure they protect you from your car.
What are they, a sponsor? Calm down, Patrick. Jesus. So they give us some money.
There are some that are cheaper, but there are also some that are more expensive than this. Armor's one of the better brands, but the Ridge is the most expensive. So the burnt titanium one from the Ridge is like $125.
Yeah,
That looked awesome.
I've heard Legion of Skanks talk about Ridge wallets. Like Louis J is always talking about fucking Ridge wallets constantly. But I've never.
They're probably sponsored. That I am not.
Yeah, dude. If we keep talking about them, maybe they'll hit us up, and then I'll be like, $90 is a great price for a wallet. Holy shit! Oh, fucking $90. I'll throw that at fucking wallet companies in a heartbeat. I'll change my whole tune. I'll completely backpedal on all of this.
Well, here's the thing about Armor. Like, they're $30 to $40 cheaper than Ridge on everything, and the quality is every bit as good, if not better. So I've got the titanium one, and then I have a bamboo one also, which is
That sounds cool.
What's the advantage to bamboo? It just looks dope?
It just looks nice.
All right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
One of my buddies at work, he has one of those. He's kind of got a wallet that looks like that, but he presses a button at the side, and it shoots all the cards out. Like, they stay in the wallet, but they shoot out, and it's like
a
super
distraction so that you can get away quickly from your pursuers. You just
flashbang.
pull it out from the back and you pull the trigger, it shoots in their face and you run
So
away.
you can surrender everything you own.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
They're actually produced in France. The Surrender series.
a little white flag pops out at the top or whatever and shoots all your cards at your attacker.
Well, the white flag, you actually get a gun that like shoots the bang flag out, but instead it's a white flag of surrender.
I love it.
A little fucking Looney Tunes gun. Yeah, dude. Fuck, what was I gonna say? What other EDC shit is like? How many knives can you carry on you before you're going to jail for having too many knives on you? Like, what's
It's not about the number of blades; it's the length of the blades.
So you can make a whole
like
fucking
6 inches or some shit.
Is
or
it 6
like
inch
palm of your hand.
size?
I think it's 5.5 of the blade itself.
Okay, so if I just put my dick right next to a blade, I'll know every single time, 100%. Like, yeah, this is
Stupid.
God, I
It
hate
also
you.
depends. So just like measuring that, it depends on how they want to measure it, right? So do you measure from the tip to the actual bottom of the blade, or to where the blade stops inside of the scales?
I go back of the balls and all the wrapping around the thigh 3 times. 11-inch penis.
But having a good knife, just a good knife, and it will change so much. I can't tell you until you start carrying like a legit pocket knife, whether it's a little bitty plastic thing like that,
Holy shit.
or
In case you got to stab a kid, what's that one for?
Fucking Joker over here.
$100 Spyderco. Either way, you'll be surprised by how many like legitimate uses you have for it.
Oh yeah.
I used to
believe
carry them
that.
everywhere, but like,
Open a package can go from 5 minutes to 30 seconds.
Yeah, I carry a multi. I bought a really nice multi-tool recently because I work with like computers and shit, and I'll have to take them apart whenever. But whenever I have it, I carry it on me all the time, and it is incredibly useful. It's got like everything you need to it as well.
Like
So
a
I think I
Leatherman
definitely
style
agree
with
with
like the
the
pliers, or
Yeah, it's got pliers and everything. It's
My-
nice.
I don't have one of those. Those are bulky.
They are a little bulky.
have you ever?
I've gone to slimness on everything. So like my wallet is tiny, right? I went from this big fat stupid wallet to the little guy. This is the knife that I typically carry on a daily basis. It's a super lightweight Baron Sons. It's 112 surgical steel. It does not have an assisted open, which I like having an assisted open, where normally if you press that lever on the back, it'll open all the way.
Yeah.
But with this one, you got to kind of flick it a little bit. to
Aren't
get
those
it to come out
illegal?
quickly.
Like to have the spring in them that assists?
No, automatic knives are illegal now as long as they come out of the top and not out of the side.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What was the reasoning? Is it some stupid fucking law, or is there like legitimate
Some nonsense
reasons?
from like the 70s, man.
Oh, in case
I
you're in
have
like
no
a,
idea. I
a
should know
fucking
that, too.
Warriors gang in New York or
Have
some
you
shit.
played Assassin's Creed?
I have
don't-
not. I have not. I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy.
How do you feel about the brand Cold Steel? Are you familiar with them at all?
They're overpriced.
Really? Okay, my
Yeah,
friend
they
has
are.
like a huge fucking Cold Steel blade. For sure it's illegal. Like it's probably you can sell it in the United States because it's illegal in like fucking Alaska because you can stab bears to death with it or some shit. It's fucking enormous. I'm like, what do you do with that thing? Like just threaten people? Like I feel like you would just fuck yourself up opening any box with it and whatever the contents
You
are.
fall down
Yeah,
funny.
he's holding a fucking samurai katana, like those small ones that they used to kill themselves with. It's like the size of that fucking thing. I'm exaggerating, but it's huge. It's enormous. It's this big, black, chunky fucking, it says Cold Steel in
like
big
this
letters.
big?
It's big as fuck. It's like Rambo's knife,
Like
but it
this
flips
big?
open with
Oh.
an assisted open or whatever, so it doubles
Yeah.
as soon as you flip it out. It's cool as fuck. Stays sharp. I mean, he doesn't fucking sharpen it, I don't think, or
It's
hasn't
funny you say that.
recently, but it stays sharp for fucking a while. I know that, but he paid a stupid amount of money on it.
It's
Yeah,
funny you're
cold
talking
steel
about
stuff's
the
pricey.
samurai shit because I'm playing like the hell out of this game Ghost of Tsushima, and they always have that little small samurai blade. Is that just
Tanto.
for cutting small? What is it?
It's a Tonto. That's what I
Tonto.
was just talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? What all is that used for? I'm
Killing
just
yourself, committing
curious.
seppuku.
Yeah.
That's really all it's for.
Yeah, but the samurai, if they were like dishonored in battle, or if they did something dishonorable,
Or if
they
the person that they serve to protect,
if they died young,
Yeah.
they would have to kill themselves. Like
if
that
they were the
happened to-
right hand to a shogun, they'd also have to do it if the shogun died before them.
Who's the most famous samurai? Musashi, right?
Musashi's son was the
Yeah.
right hand man to a shogun. The shogun died, so Musashi's son killed himself through seppuku. So Musashi like adopted this orphan and
Yeah.
then taught the orphan the ways of his sword.
It kind of sucks though because Musashi's
Yeah.
father was like a legendary samurai swordsman. Musashi was a legendary samurai swordsman and poet and fucking wrote the Five Rings or
I
whatever.
want to
And
read
his
the
son-
Five Rings really bad.
Yeah,
What's
so
the
do I.
Five Rings?
It's Musashi's book that he wrote in like the 1450s or something, and it breaks down like all the different like all of his life, basically all of his ideals and philosophies on being like a samurai and all this fucking like life wisdom. Watch, Jay's about to pull the Five Rings out. I guarantee he's gonna walk back to his
I bet
bookshelf.
that's what he's pulling.
I guarantee that's what he's coming back with. That's fucking cool as shit if he has
Or he's
that.
like, this conversation's boring as fuck. I'm gonna make grilled cheese.
Deuces. Yeah, dude. They're gonna keep talking whether or not I'm here. They just won't shut the fuck up and let me talk. So I'm gonna just peace out and the fucking webcam will still be on.
But yeah,
curious,
dude.
I'm curious if Jay practices his tomahawk throwing in the backyard.
For sure he does. I mean, you don't just collect.
You just
tomahawks.
never
Why
know
the
if you're gonna
fuck
use a
wouldn't
tomahawk.
you, dude?
That sounds awesome, dude. When I have a good,
I have chakrams. I've never.
What are those?
They're like tomahawks, but they're just circles.
They're circles.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Are
But
they meant for throwing as well?
Yes.
do you guys know the brand Gerber at all?
No.
So Gerber makes
baby Gerber.
Well, so Gerber makes some really good survival gear. Like they've got a good fucking like my uncle used to have Gerber knife everything. Like it was a fucking Gerber machete. He had like a Gerber bootstrap one, like one of those with the hard case and the sharpener inside. Whip that thing out and it's got one of those paracords around it or whatever. It's like a straight survival knife. Well, he also had I don't know if they were tomahawks or hatchets. I'm sure Jay would know. But whenever he was losing his house and it was getting foreclosed on and he was in the bender, he was like in his fucking like his hair one day is hardcore where he just didn't give a shit. He's like, let's just fuck the house up. I was like, what? And he was like, you can like paint on the walls. You like to paint, don't you? I was like, yeah. He's like, paint fucking skulls and demons and shit on the walls. And I was like, cool, yeah, got it. And then he was like, yeah, they're gonna take the house. So, yeah, it looked exactly like that. Is this a Gerber brand one, dude?
No,
Is this the tomahawk you carry on you in your
DOS.
it's
person?
SOG.
SOG. Okay, it's upside down.
You ever kill anyone with one of those things?
I have never killed anyone with anything.
Do you want to?
You ever throw one of those in a house? Because that's what I was
No.
getting to.
Don't throw them in a house, Jay.
No, dude, we fucked up the electricity and everything. It was a horrible idea.
That looks fucking awesome.
Tell us
Jay.
about that though, dude.
So
Like,
that's the SOG, right? So that is the spike that they would cut, or they would hit it with like a hammer into a barrel.
Okay.
And whatever was in the barrel would all come out. But these are not super expensive. I got the cheaper version of it. The more expensive one's actually like a survival tomahawk. In the bottom right here is like a flint that comes out.
oh, it's nice.
You would get like your pile of leaves together and then take the blade and hit that flint with it to start your spark.
Dude,
Yeah.
multi-tool shit like that is kick ass.
Yeah, that Gerber shit. They always have like paracord stuff and like the sharpeners built into the sheaths and all that. I've never.
Gerber used to be really nice, and
Yeah.
now it is complete trash.
I'm
Why is
talking
it
about.
trash?
I'm talking about Gerber from about 10 years ago is when dude got all this shit. So it was, I don't know if they
The
were still great
American-made
then.
Gerber stuff was really nice. It was made from steel that came from the Pacific Northwest, and like Portland steel is like the top of the line. It's some of the best steel in the world. At least it was back then when Gerber was making knives in the Pacific Northwest. Now they make them everywhere. Steel is completely different than it was 20 years ago.
What makes for better steel? Like, what is the fucking
Probably
I wish I had an
purity.
answer for that.
Probably
enough.
purity.
Like, it doesn't
Sometimes
have
it's
as.
purity. Sometimes you can add stuff to steel to make it harder, though.
Oh,
You know, your
okay.
composite
Like an
metals can be-
alloy or whatever.
Yeah, right. So this is another one of my dailies. This is a cheaper knife. This is a $40 Kershaw, but it's got the assisted open that's super nice. Tonto blade.
Ooh.
I love how that looks. I love knives, but I stopped carrying them because I kept buying them from shit ass like head shops and gas stations. Like, oh, that looks cool, and they would fucking fall apart on me every time. Like the little rivets that held the knife together. One time, all popped off, and the blade fell the fuck out. Like I went to go take it out, and the blade just fell out onto my shoe.
You're fucking
Son
buying
of a bitch.
$5 knives from like fucking
station.
shady stores.
$20.
Yeah, it cost you $20.
Did Speedway
It fucking
Stevie
costed
fucking
them
recommend it?
$5 to get in that store.
Yeah, I got the lame white dude price. Like,
Yeah, man,
for
you
you,
gotta
it's $20.
You got to do what Jay's
was
doing.
at
Go to the right places and spend the quality money.
We actually sell knives at Drip Oil Vapors now.
Is that where you work? Is the
Yeah,
vape
it's
shop?
the vape shop I work part-time at. So I'm there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like 4 to close. But because of me, we now carry minimalist wallets and we carry knives and stuff. This is another one of my dailies, right? This is I carry this around my neck. It's got the ball chain on it.
Oh,
This right here is the Street Scalpel 2 from
Nice.
Tops Knives.
I see you post about that one a lot.
This is a knife with one job, man. This is not a utility knife. This is not a
What's that
survival
job?
knife.
a quick
murdering?
stabbing.
Stabbing somebody to
Opening
death.
flesh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
slicing.
fact.
Opening flesh.
Yeah,
And then
it looks like a
so you're
solid
talking
fillet
about-
knife.
the big knives that have like the whetstone that comes with them and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Amber got me this for Father's Day.
God
Whoa,
damn.
pull that out.
Yeah,
Slick as
baby.
hell. It's like a silver. And
So that's
Wow.
Damascus
It's like-
steel.
What is Damascus steel?
It's supposedly the style of steel originated in Damascus in the Middle East, but it's just real pretty and it's real strong.
Have you ever seen these fucking meteor steel blades?
God damn.
Like where they
But
take a
I don't know if
meteorite?
you guys can see that.
yeah, it's crazy.
I can't
But-
see the inscription. No, I can see that there
in the-
is one, but what does it
In the
say?
bone, it says yesterday, today, and forever, which was part of the vows that Amber wrote for our wedding.
Oh, that's cute.
It's fucking awesome, dude.
But
Kodak.
so here's
moment.
what's funny about this knife, right? So I had purchased this knife for about $100
Right.
from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So Amber went and was looking for a knife to get me for Father's Day, and she judged the size of what she was buying by what I paid for that one, right? She just doesn't know about knives. You know, the small stuff sometimes is super expensive, sometimes big stuff is cheap. So she spent $100 and got this. And she
Damn.
was like, when I was opening the box, she was like, I got you something that you can carry every day and think about me. And I pulled this out. I'm like, where am I supposed to carry this, man?
On the
here's
side of your
another one I carry.
motorcycle.
I carry every day is this guy.
What's
That's
that?
an-
Oh,
That's an SOG also, like the Tomahawk is.
Is that a key cutter?
It is a key knife.
Oh, that's
It's the
interesting.
first one I found that's a true lock blade. It's got the back lock on it where you got to push that in to be able to close it. Most of your key knives don't lock at all. But this right here I use this probably more than anything because
Keep it
it's just
attached to
good
your
for-
keychain, right?
No, I keep it in my tactical purse. I got a tactical purse.
what? It's
That's
just a purse.
That's
what do you
the
mean?
fuck
It's a
I'm
tactical-
talking about. Don't be
Well,
dissing
camo?
his fucking tactical purse, bro.
I want to know what the fuck is a tactical purse?
Jay,
Every
what?
every
they don't
video
call it that.
game you've ever played with any like adventure style dude has had
A
some
satchel?
sort of fucking satchel or man bag. Like, look at that, dude. That's what that I'm backing that,
Okay,
Jay. Fuck
okay.
you,
Jay,
Patrick.
I got you. I was
at first,
picturing you wearing it around his shoulder like a regular purse, and it's just
Well,
camo or some shit.
It is a single strap, but it's like half a backpack, right? Like you don't carry it like cross like a woman would carry a purse. You carry it on one shoulder like you would carry a backpack.
Yeah, and you
because
put
of
your
the way it's
chest out.
designed.
I
Yeah,
fuck
you
with
flex
it.
your
In the middle.
pecs so they know
But
that you're
here's
not
what
a
makes me
girl.
call it a purse, right? So everything's got a zipper pocket except for this middle thing. It's like a purse pocket, right? There's no zipper on that. You can just get into it like you can a purse. So that's I
And
jokingly
it's filled
call
with
it a purse.
knives.
It's filled with vape gear, but it also has typically 2 knives in it on any given day.
So I feel like at any time when you're out in public, you're fucking swinging like 5 knives at once. Like, don't fuck with that guy. He's probably got 5 knives on him.
Well, you can't see them. I keep them
Oh.
all pretty hidden. So the clip on this one is a deep pocket carry. So it
Yeah.
looks like all you can see is the clip sticking out. It looks like I got a pin in my pocket.
Do you have cool
you
like butter knives in your kitchen for like spreading fucking butter on toast? Is there like
I
a
do
better
not have
version
any
of those?
fancy culinary knives yet.
Oh, I have
there-
some.
You
I
should
love
get one,
them.
just like that ones that flip, just the knives you just showed us, but it's a butter knife.
No,
Well,
the best.
Spyderco makes culinary knives. This company,
Yeah,
and I'm probably going to get some of those.
you should
eventually.
check out
Are you-
Wusthof if you're familiar with that name at all. Wusthof makes German steel blades, and they're phenomenal. I have a I have one of their fucking god damn it, I can't the tang goes all the way through it, like it's got on the little hilt or whatever. I don't know if you call it a hilt on a kitchen knife. I don't know how all that shit works. Whatever the little panel that's riveted to the sides that you hold on to.
I would still call that the hilt, I think.
It goes
That's
all
what
the
I would call it.
Yeah, it's a full tang. So in other words, the end goes all the way through the knife, so it's super like
the knife's
durable.
gooch.
And I hear the German steel's nice. I mean, it keeps its blade real. I mean, I sharpen it regularly and like take good care of it. But that thing is an all-purpose. It's an 8-inch chef blade. It's 8 or 9 inch. I don't remember. 8 or 9 inch chef blade. But you'll fucking spend some serious dollars on a chef knife. That was like, Allie got it for me for like our anniversary or some shit. And it was
Yeah, I remember you posting about that. Yeah, a good knife in a kitchen like really makes a difference.
Yeah,
we got a good knife.
I use it every day. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Our housewarming gift was a really nice knife. I don't know what the fuck kind it is, but it's so fucking sharp that I'm like scared to touch it sometimes.
Is it a Japanese knife?
Maybe.
If it has like it might be a Tojiro. Those are pretty common.
This thing slices through anything. It is crazy.
It might be a Shun.
It changes the game in the kitchen. That's for sure.
A good knife is fucking essential for the kitchen. I'm all for that. Like I don't go outside enough to be like Jay, where I've got like 9 different types of fucking knives on me at any given time in a tactical purse. Well, also I have to know, what is it about bald comedians with fucking tattoos? They're like, I'm gonna bring back a fanny pack. Nah, fuck that. I can make it cooler. I'm gonna have a tactical purse. Like, what's the next evolution of this? Which bald comedian with tattoos will be the one to bring back fucking, like, you gonna have fucking like knife shoe pockets,
high heels?
I have I've got a tactical shaving bag also.
Really?
What does that look like? Is it also camo?
It's the same digital camo, but it's like a shaving kit, like a square, like soft bag.
Are you a straight razor guy? I feel like after all these blades you showed us, you're a straight razor guy.
I'm not. Man, I've got a mole on the top of my head, and I've been tempted to shave it with a straight razor a bunch of times, but the one time that I tried it, I sliced that mole open real bad.
Ooh! Did it grow back?
Yeah, it did. Just in the same shape that it already was, too. I was watching it like crazy, because if a mole comes back in a different shape, it could be cancerous.
Really?
So it was the same shape.
God damn.
So your mole, if you cut a mole off, it'll come right back? That's your way of testing
for cancer without spending all the American insurance bullshit healthcare.
Yeah, just start hacking your body apart. Patrick Seta from the Bastard Tournament endorses you hacking your body to pieces to figure out if you have cancer.
That's Dr. Patrick.
I got a question. If you're gonna be carrying these knives around, what if like you're walking down the street with your friends and a bunch of guys run up and they don't have guns but they're about to beat ass, and they're gonna be like, "Hey Jay, you're the knife guy. How about you get to stabbing?" Like,
get your tomahawk out.
Are you undergo some knife training, or are you gonna undergo some knife throwing training?
No, that's the one.
That's the one.
The street scalpel is the one. So
yeah, dude.
It's got this little spot for your finger, so you can get the quick.
You ever have to stab a dude yet?
This is so sharp. No, I've never stabbed. I've been stabbed, but I've never stabbed anybody else.
God.
Oh, can you tell that story? Pat's been stabbed also. He had to catch some dude was aiming for his face, and he told the story last podcast, but he held his hand up, and the knife went through his fucking hand, like went right through the webbing of his finger. How'd you get stabbed?
I didn't get it in the hand. I got it in the side. I got it in my shoulder. So me and a friend of mine, and we're still friends to this day, but we've been partying together all day. We were rough house drunks, like just wrestling in people's, like in these parties. We got kicked out of 2 different parties, and both of us were basically homeless at the time. We go to this third house where a dude said we could stay, and I passed out drunk. And I wake up because the dude I was roughhousing with all night had jumped off the coffee table and dropped like the Hulk Hogan elbow on me. And the dude who lived there was not happy about it and kicked us both out, which I thought was unfair because I was asleep, right?
Yeah, how's it your fault that you got fucking mollywopped while you were like just blacked out?
We get put out into the rain, and I tackle this guy into a privacy fence on 7th Street in Covington to get him in a headlock. And then he pulls out a fillet knife, right? Like a fish fillet knife.
Oh, no, that's not what you want to have somebody pull out on you. That's the one that'll fucking kill you.
It's the one I gave him that morning, in fact. And it was a buck brand. It was a pretty good one. But so he it's hard to, you're probably not going to be able to see it in this light. But I got a scar right there. And then I've got a scar on my side here from where he put it into my side. And then he put it in my shoulder all the way to the hilt of the knife. right? Now, fillet knife, I mean, you're talking about that long. I've got a scar that's that wide on my shoulder because a fillet knife went deep enough to do it. So what it did is it hit the bone behind my shoulder and then just like slid down under the muscle. I never let go. I'm still choking this man to death. And apparently somebody had called the cops.
This is your friend that did this to you that you're still friends with?
Yeah, well,
It was a good time, Cody. What are you talking about?
Well, so cops come. I don't realize it's cops. I immediately jump up and grab the first person that was running at me, and I see the badge and the uniform, and I knew I had made a fatal mistake. And,
Oh, no.
They beat the shit out of me. And
While you have a
Why you
fucking
have
fillet
stab
knife
wounds?
wounds on you?
well, I'm on top, right? Like he's stabbing me from the bottom, so I'm on top, and they get a report of a stabbing, and they assume because I'm on top that I'm the one that's doing the stabbing. Now, I was definitely the aggressor in the beginning. There's no doubt about it. But so they get me up. They beat the shit out of me. They get me up. They take me to the car. They put me in cuffs, and I will not get in the car because I think it's bullshit that I'm being arrested for being stabbed. Right. And so they put their foot behind mine and slam me down onto my cuffs. Right. I'm cuffed behind my back. Full body weight lands on the cuffs. Now, when cuffs tighten, they don't release. Oof. So when they get me to the jail and take my cuffs off, blood just started pouring down my hand because the cuffs had cut my skin all the way around on both of them.
Yeah, cuffs will fuck your wrists up. They've sucked balls to be cuffed. I don't know if you guys, you too, but it sucks dick. It's not fun.
I had cuffs on me and they weren't fun.
Yeah, it was
they put me in the drunk tank.
Shit.
Put me in a drunk tank. I pass out drunk. Wake up at about 7 a.m, and the dude that I had been in the fight with is sitting next to me. They put us in the same cell even.
God damn, that fucking what? They put. Did you even get medical attention? How did you have a fucking 3-inch stab wound and you're bleeding actively in the jail?
You're looking more at like 5.5 inches deep into my shoulder.
So what happened, dude? What kind of pussy legion fucking wound did you end up having because of this? I imagine it's a dirty blade.
I didn't really get an infection. I didn't go to the hospital or nothing. I received no medical attention from the Kenton County Jail, from the police, from nobody. I wake up and the dude that had stabbed me is sitting next to me, right? And I look up.
Like pretty funny, right?
He's got his arm in a sling, right? And I'm like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "What's up?" I was like, "You all right?" He's like, "I think so. You all right?" And I was like, I guess, man. And I had dislocated his shoulder and choked him about half to death while he was stabbing me.
And this is why it's important to have 9 knives on you all the time, because then you could have done a little stabbing back. You gave away your only knife. The EDC community was probably laughing their balls off at you right now that you didn't have your neck knife on you or your fucking key knife. You could have got them twice, dude.
I would argue that even without the knife, I won that fight.
Oh,
Fuck
for sure you did.
Yes.
For sure you did.
And they put you in jail for getting stabbed? Oh, the cops are the best. Nothing better.
They charged me with disorderly conduct is what they charged me with in AI. And they charged him with the same thing. They didn't charge him with assault or anything. I didn't want to press charges. We go to jail together, or to court together. We both plead guilty. They let us out, released us at the same time. We went and got a bottle of liquor and proceeded to party. I mean, that's just how we did it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is that dude still a drunk? Like that type of wild fucking
Has he killed anyone?
Not to the best of my knowledge. I mean, people generally don't go talking about that if they do it. I would hope not.
Can you call him? I want to talk to this guy now. Like he sounds like he's got some fucking stories. Does he have a sweet face tattoo?
He does not. Not to the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
He's a good dude though. We get along now. He's big into photography like I am now too. And
dude, let's talk about that.
We lost touch for about 10 years probably, and recently reconnected on Facebook.
That's awesome.
Dude, you remember when you stabbed me with the fillet knife?
That's your opener message.
I didn't bring that up. I mean, we hung out as friends for the next 5 years after that.
Damn.
And then we lost touch. I lost touch pretty much with everybody when I got sober back in 05.
Because all your friends were fucking enablers and addicts and shit like that?
Well, yeah, most of them lived the same way that I lived. So
and you can't be around that if you want to be sober, right?
No, for sure.
I mean, I can now, but in the early days, definitely not.
No.
You know,
Too much
and
temptation.
even now, when I am around it, it's because there's a reason. You know what I mean? I'm either doing a show, or I'm taking somebody somewhere, or I'm helping somebody do something. Like I always go with a purpose. I'm not just. They say if you hang out at the barbershop long enough, you might go there to play checkers, but eventually you get a haircut.
Yeah.
So I do whatever my purpose is, and then
You bounce.
I'm gone.
Right. Understand that. Do you still get tempted? Like you ever still to this day? I know that you're you have what is it, 14 years or some shit like that?
If I don't drink, use or die between now and November 8th, it'll be 15.
hey, congratulations. So 15 years down the road, do you still have, when you're around that shit, or are you just like, fuck, dude, I could go for 11 whiskeys right now?
No,
Probably judges you. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't. Not when I'm around it. The only times I've ever been tempted for anything, like, dude, I had a shoulder surgery, like a major shoulder surgery, and refused pain meds throughout all that.
Yeah, because you'd be right back on heroin, like immediately. That's what that shit does.
I don't know that I would be at this point, but the fear that it's a possibility was enough to say none. But the only times I ever wish I could take like nerve pills, like Xanax or Valium, that's the only thing that I've ever like wished I could do is when I fly.
Oh, dude.
Can't do it. I don't like it.
I fucking hate it, dude. You're the same as. Do you feel the entire
It's
time,
safe.
every little tiny bump, you're gonna fall out of the fucking sky? For me, every time I've flown like maybe a dozen times, it's never not been terrifying. They're like, you'll get used to it. You'll like it.
Why
I'm
you guys scared?
Fucking
I've
horrible.
never flown.
Because you're 30,000 feet in the air, Patrick. How are you not
But
scared?
you drive
Do
a
have any
2-ton
common
death machine
sense?
every single day.
Yeah, and I'm firmly
then
planted to the
there's
ground,
around
and I'm
people
in
you
full
can't even
control of that
control.
vehicle.
You're not
But you know
30,000
what, man?
feet
If
in
my
the air.
motor
You
stops in my
100%
Jeep,
are.
I roll to a stop. The
Yeah.
motor
Do you?
stops
What
in
if you're
airplane,
going like too fast
plummet
and you're
from
hitting
the
up a red
sky.
light?
I don't do that.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're
So the
saying,
problem-
Patrick.
The
Statistics,
problem with
blah,
being
blah,
in an
blah.
airplane is powerlessness, right? And like,
Yes.
so when I first started flying, people would always be, because it's years ago, right? And so people were still kind of scared about terrorism on planes. They'd be like, dude, nobody's going to hijack the plane. It's like, nobody's worried. I'm not worried about that. Like if somebody jumps up with a knife or whatever it is to try to take over the plane,
Yeah.
I can rally the passengers and we can beat the crap out of that dude. I might even get stabbed and killed in the process, but at least I have some measure of power in that situation.
Right.
If the engines stop, I got nothing. What do I get everybody to start flapping their arms like we're a bunch of birds and
Yeah,
hope
we're
that that
fucked.
helps in some
Parachutes,
measure?
dude.
They don't give you parachutes in a consumer flight, man.
You got to pay extra.
No,
So,
you
like-
can't get a fucking parachute. You know how bad of a look that is? Like, welcome to American Airlines. Here's your parachute.
I mean,
what
honestly,
the fuck?
though,
A
this is
parachute?
something I want to look up. Like, can you get in an airplane? Like,
No.
No, you fucking
You have a
dick.
parachute?
You'll look like,
like
you're
if you bring
trying
your own
to.
parachute. If you bring your own parachute, are you allowed on the
No.
For sure,
Yeah,
you'll be
DB
tackled by
Cooper,
8
yeah.
people and kicked to death. What are you talking
Patrick,
about?
you are
You know what it
You're not
looks
ever
like?
flying again if you bring a parachute.
You
to a
are
commercial flight.
foolish.
I just
Pat's
don't
like, can you
understand
bring a
why
loaded gun on an airplane? Is that cool? Like, just walk into the airport
It's not
waving,
lethal. You just have a
brandishing my
parachute.
gun? Is that cool?
Right, but why would you need a parachute?
Exactly.
What if like you said, Jay? What if the engine stopped?
No, but
No,
it's
I
so
mean,
safe.
TSA is looking at that like you plan on making.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And you,
This guy's too guilty with his parachute.
Why are you here on the plane with your parachute? It might
would be
go
safe.
down.
why are you wearing a bulletproof vest? Why do you have a gas mask? What's this parachute for? Are these things all
I gotta stay
connected?
prepared.
Hold on, let me show you my EDC community Facebook group. I'll also
I know
explain
my
these
rights,
9
my
knives,
God-given
officer.
right to wear this gas mask on this plane.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you'll never get on an airplane ever again. Go ahead, try bring a fucking parachute, into the
parachute.
airplane.
I
Yeah.
think that's a really good question.
not
I've never.
Where can
flown.
you purchase a parachute? Does Amazon sell fucking parachutes?
I
feel like
played
they have to,
GTA enough. You can just buy it at the gun store.
You can buy anything at any time on your phone.
That's fair.
You can,
Yeah,
you know,
you're
you
right.
can for sure. I bet if you look it up on Amazon, you can find a parachute. You
I'm
can buy
sure if
live
you just
roaches on
Google it.
Amazon.
But back to the airplane thing, the fucking I can't stand it, and it's just. And Luke, you are absolutely like 20,000, 30,000 feet in the air, which, by the way, is 5 miles. You are 5 miles vertical.
It's not that bad.
It's fucking
peaceful.
insanity. It's horrible, especially if you're like me and you hate heights. The entire time I'm like shaking, palms fucking sweaty. I want to be either
Are your
blacked
knees
out.
weak? Are the arms heavy?
Yeah, I want to be.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah, but I want to be fucking blacked out on
You're such a
something
bitch,
or on fucking Xanax.
Cody.
Yes, I am. 100% I am.
Flying
I'm
is
I don't
such
care.
a coward. I
once you're
can't
up
get
there.
through anything unless I'm.
I've done it
fucking-
12 times, you cocksuckers. What are you talking about?
You don't know what you're talking about, Cody.
I hate
You know what
it.
you're talking
It's
about.
the fucking worst.
I
I'm
was saying,
right there
you know
with
what's
Jay.
scary to me? Helicopters sitting on the
Oh,
side
no way.
of an edge of an
No.
open door helicopter, like the Marines do, or some shit.
Get the fuck
That
out of here.
scares the
Those
fuck
crash
out of
all
me.
the time. What are you
I'm
talking
not getting on
about?
a helicopter.
Yeah,
It's not
fuck
happening.
that.
wanna
Yeah,
get
I'm
on
with
one.
you, Jay. Fuck helicopters all the way.
I want to get
Suck
on one.
my whole
just
dick.
to say I've done it, but I do not want those doors open. Period.
That is the
they
most
turn
like
so erratically. It just seems so sketchy.
of all flying vehicles. That is the one sketchiest. Like that's the RC vehicle of the flying. world. You know what I mean? Like that thing is
That's
meant
not the
to just
sketchiest.
go out of control.
Still
and
not
just
the
crash.
sketchiest.
Is
I
sketchy.
would,
You know the
I would
sketchiest?
easily
Hot air-
be
yep.
in a hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon.
Easily
You're
be
in
in
a
a
wicker
hot air
basket
balloon.
supported by
out
a
of me.
fucking tarp with a fire on it. The
Don't
thing
care.
that destroys a wicker basket.
Don't care.
Right there, powering the whole fucking... And you're like, nah, it's
Don't
cool.
care.
It rips. You know how many movies I've seen where pelicans fly by and tear the fabric you desperately need to hang on to save your life?
That doesn't happen.
How
For
many
sure they
movies?
make it fucking...
How many movies, Patrick?
stab-proof.
Go ahead and tell me.
You guys have
Pirates
never
of
seen
the
Killer
Caribbean.
Pelicans? Killer Pelicans 2, The Return?
Yeah, Attack of the
Fuck.
Pelicans.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
I don't know. Would you,
First
Jay?
Blood?
Would you? Are you scared of heights too? Are you scared of
You know
like?
what? I didn't used to be. I used to be able to climb ladders, and if I had two set up that were close enough, I could actually swing from one under to the other. and
You're a
be fine.
psychopath. I could
And
never
now
do that.
I can't do it
That is
now.
so
And
dangerous.
I'm an older guy, and as I've gotten older, my fear of heights has gotten worse, and I get vertigo.
It's horrible. It's horrific, and it makes you
so
feel
I
like such a
I
pussy the
hate
whole time, right? Like,
small
you're just like,
heights.
fuck.
Like a ladder, I can climb up a ladder to go up on my roof now, I feel like, just because I've done it enough since being a homeowner. But, like, let's say I have to stand on a stool and use both arms and look up and change a light bulb or some shit. I don't like that.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine.
I
with it,
hate
but-
that shit.
But even like going to the bottom of a skyscraper and looking up, like I get that height vertigo from that.
I don't like that
Mm.
shit either. I don't like any of that. I don't like being on elevators, like and two, like there is a dude
I'm
that we
that guy jumping on the elevator.
You
Me
jump
too.
on the elevator? You're a fucking
Yeah.
psychopath. Pat definitely is. This cocksucker. We go downtown, and this is a couple years ago. We go to see his buddy Jake, and Jake works at some music studio downtown, and it's super fucking nice. It's got like a vault. It's got two vaults that are like soundproof drum rooms, and they're straight up vaults like with locking things. They're all airtight. Big ass
There's some
soundboards.
serious
Yeah,
money
it's
in
nice
cool.
as
Get
fuck.
to it.
It's on the 10th floor. And the whole time I'm in the elevator, I'm like, I hold on to the edges because my irrational fear is that the bottom is going to drop out of the elevator and I'm going to just fall to my doom, like in a fucking elevator shaft. So I clutch onto that little railing, hoping that it can hold my big fat fucking body up. Like, is this thing rated for 225 pounds? And I'm just sitting there, like, nervous. And Pat's like, oh, dude, check this out. And I was like, Pat, if you fucking jump, I swear to God,
Watch how high I
I'll
jump.
strangle you to death in this elevator. And he was like, just has this like shit-eating grin on the other side of the elevator, like for sure he's gonna do it. And he just starts like, you motherfucker, quit doing that. And he's like, what are you scared? Or like, yeah, I'm fucking scared. Why do you gotta make me say it? Make me feel like
Yeah, don't
such
be a maniac.
a
Pat.
puss about
Don't
it.
do it.
Jesus.
Why would
The
you do
crate. Some elevators are freaky as hell, though. Like, you ever been in the Gateway Arch down in St. or is it
Fuck
St.
no.
Louis?
that? No, I would not do that. Why
No,
would
the
you
one that
do
goes sideways
Well,
at
let
the
me
top?
tell you, like,
no thanks.
It's like stepping in a little submarine, and it's super weird. The Gateway Arch is like 600 feet tall or something ridiculous, and you go over. It's like an arch, so it's not like a regular elevator where you just
Pat.
go up and down.
Pat.
You're going up in like zigzags.
Didn't they build
And
this
it
thing
feels
in
super
19
weird.
segregation? So what the fuck? Why would you get in this? Will you trust
Why
them?
not?
Dude, I'm not even walking under that.
Fuck that
It's
thing.
freaky as hell. Okay, when you're over the top of, and you're in the top in the middle, and you can, it's like a triangle, and you're walking through the bottom
Getting a
of the
drink.
tip of the triangle. You know what I'm saying? And when you go through there, the windows are on the side, and you just look straight underneath. You can like see underneath you, like behind you, kind. You know what I'm talking about? Where you
Fuck.
look
Don't need to
below
see
and
it.
you can
No.
see.
Don't need to see that.
It's freaky, and there's so many people up there, and they're all running back and forth. These kids running back and forth. They're jumping up on by the windows and shit. Yeah, it's not a good time up there, but the elevators were really freaky too.
Yeah, no, I would not do that. And so here's the thing, like when it comes to anything that was like civil engineered by like the government, right? That was put up, whether it be monument or building or whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's a John Glenn quote that I think about. John Glenn, the astronaut, right? So he said the first time that he was ever in a space capsule, like revolving around the Earth, only thing he could think about the whole time is every single component of this thing was made by the lowest bidder.
Oh,
Fucking
wow.
damn.
So when it comes to the arch, when it comes to all of that, that's what I think about. Like the cheapest dude they could find made this.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's like inspectors that don't come by that often, you know. But you know
Yeah.
what? You can actually make some serious money. One of my buddies in high school, he was his dream to be an elevator mechanic, a dream, because his dad did it, and his dad was they were like
That's
they cool,
such
like
a
300
weird dream to have.
Oh, I know, but it's the money. It's the money that's involved. You make like almost $300,000 sometimes a year.
Still talking about that
Fucking elevator
Yeah.
mechanic. But you have to do like some crazy ass school or some shit. I don't know, just something I thought about when you said that.
What happened? What's going on, boys?
I was saying we were talking about elevators.
Elevators suck dick. No thanks.
Yeah.
They freak me out too much.
Escalators fucking suck too. I don't like escalators.
Have you ever? We watched those videos of people getting.
Yeah, we watched a bunch of videos of people getting murdered by
They
escalators.
just get degloved by the escalator. Like they just get sucked. Like a panel opens up and their skin just gets caught and it rips them all off like a cartoon. It's fucking insane.
Well, no, there was that video of that young boy or girl like being saved by their mom, and the mom was just like literally sucked into the death contraption that was the escalator as it crushed and like grinded this woman into.
She goes underneath of it and just gets fucking mutilated.
Yeah,
we went to the
like the machine doesn't stop. Like this whole person inside of it wouldn't bring it to a halt. It just kept going.
Yeah, as the steps pop out from the bottom, there's like an eyeball and a finger.
Like
and
fucking A, dude.
But you know what the worst part about that is? Like your normal mall maintenance guy had to clean that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Learn that shit.
That dude's making like $9 an hour.
This fucking Jim had to go clean that. Like it wasn't even a dude that.
You have to just take away that whole staircase and throw it away. You just have to like make a new escalator. You can't just disassemble that and clean it.
Your local mall doesn't have that kind of scratch. They're for sure hosing that thing out around back, changing serial numbers. And like, yep, it's a new one. I promise.
They went up to the food court and they got the scrubber on the stick from that McDonald's and a hose.
Yeah, dude, they don't have fucking new escalator money. That thing was put in.
Though.
Sorry, Pat, go ahead, buddy.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get to it. No, we learned that shit because like when we had the crime scene cleanup crew come on, they were talking about how like basically, the police they don't clean that shit up.
Yeah.
No, you got to do it yourself. You got to figure it out. So I absolutely believe that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go on.
I wasn't.
Dude, they should have for any situation like that. They would have absolutely need like a cleanup crew like that.
The police should just have somebody on speed dial, like for shit. 'Cause it happens enough where it's like,
how is that like how is that not a tax funded job? Really, to be honest,
they don't want to give fucking.
That's a good point.
Like, how are they just like, yeah, your fucking ma just blew her fucking brains out in the kitchen.
That's all their good kid fucking money.
We're
they
gonna take the body. Good luck, have a good day.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what happened to us when my dad shot himself. It was just like, well,
don't you wish someone like came in and cleaned it up?
My uncle did it. I didn't have to do it.
I'm sure your uncle wished he didn't have to clean up the blood of his dead brother. I'm sure he would have rather had someone else come in and clean that shit up.
I thought you were just loud with the headphones on, but I took it off and I was like, no, he's ringing through the house.
Imagine the level of selfishness it would take to be like, oh, I don't care, I didn't do it.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yes, no, somebody I love and care about had to do it. Fuck them.
No, Scott's a dick. Fuck that guy. I don't care about him. Yeah, no, he can suck my whole balls if he hears this. I don't give a fuck, Scott. I'm glad you had to clean up your brother's remains. Yeah. Fuck yourself.
Anyways.
That's my real thoughts on that matter, by the way. I'm not exaggerating for comedy purposes. What the fuck was I gonna say? So photography, you ever shoot any dead bodies?
Wow.
I have not.
Oh, dude, wait. Before you tell me one more escalator thing, because I just remembered it. Do you guys remember the one where the dude was still alive? They had to take the steps out, and they just find dude there all crinkled up in the machinery, like crying.
What?
That dude's whole life is ruined, even if he lives.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he's all crinkled up in the escalator. Oh, dude, it's fucking horrible. Just in there sniffling.
Why are we laughing?
I don't know. It's so
we didn't
horrible.
have to clean it up. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Like the machinery, like rolled him up like a toothpaste tube until he shit himself. Dude, he's
stupid.
It was horrific. They just pull him out of there. He's all bloody.
Just imagine them like peeling the stairs back, and he's just inside there.
It's like if somebody took, like if a giant grabbed a person, like if giants were real and they just crumbled up a person like a paper wad ball and just like left him in there. He was fucked, dude. His like ankle was right next to his ear. It was fucking horrible. I'd pull the picture up, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to find it quick enough.
Man. I bet it wouldn't be funny at all if you showed us that picture.
Yeah, it gets less funny when you see it. It's all theater of the mind, my friends. Theater of the mind.
I I'm
right, Jay.
laughing because I'm panicking of sadness.
Jay, tell us about taking
Fuck.
pictures of beaches and shit. Dude, bring this out of the darkness.
Yeah, tell us about
First
the
time at the
vacation.
beach, huh?
Well, I mean, vacation was cool. Definitely lots of good stuff to take pictures of. But so the way I got back into photography, I actually went to college for photography briefly when I was 17, and I didn't finish.
You went to college when you were 17?
Yeah, I graduated early because all the school systems in my area had enough of me, and they let me test out.
They let you into college
That's
after
what
that?
the fuck is up.
Yeah.
Was it like home
Art
college?
school, dude, if you go to art school, you don't have to know anything. You can
Yeah,
get a
you're right.
loan. They will let you in. I mean, you could be mangled in a frickin'
An escalator.
and as long as you can get that financial aid paperwork done, they'll admit you. And, but I was the youngest person they had at the time. It was back when Antonelli was an art college, and now they're like a nurse's assistant school, I guess.
Yeah, because they let too many dudes in there visibly sweating vodka and with track marks on their arms. Like, I want to learn
Yeah, dude, it
photography, nodding
dude,
out in
I
class
got-
and shit.
I got wrecked every day that I went
I
there.
bet you went to an art
Damn.
college. You don't go there to learn shit. You go there to get fucked up. There's nothing
The
else
only
to do there.
time anybody said anything is one of my professors kind of leans into me one day. He goes, if you can't focus your eyes, you can't focus a camera, right? And I was like, yeah, I could see that, man, but maybe something cool will come of it. But back then, like, there was no digital cameras at that point. And so part of the reason I kind of got out of photography, even though I loved doing it, was it was just too expensive to constantly buy film and have stuff developed and printed. It's expensive.
Have a whole fucking dark room in one of your rooms of your house.
Right, you could do that, or you could pay somebody else to do it. And the first thing that we learned at art school for photography was developing film and then making prints yourself. But buying all that stuff is so expensive, man. Like, you can have somebody else do it almost cheaper. Because unless you're buying it in bulk, like at wholesale, super expensive. But when all this lockdown stuff started, I knew that I had to make the transition from the stage to the digital world. So I started researching video cameras and still frame cameras. And still frame cameras was something that I needed anyway, so that I could do my own headshots and marketing and stuff. Even
What is a
after
still
everything
frame camera?
It takes photographs of like stuff that's not moving.
Is it like a DSLR? Or
It's a
I remember
camera.
I asked you about this in a Facebook
Any normal
group. But
camera, yeah. I don't use a DSLR. I use a mirrorless body camera, which is significantly lighter and faster.
how does it work? What is a mirrorless? What does that mean?
So it goes right to a CMOS sensor instead of bouncing off a mirror and being flipped backwards and then being flipped the other way.
I'll shake my head like I understand.
So like when I look through my viewfinder, I have an electronic viewfinder. What I see through my viewfinder, like the part that I put my eye up to, isn't just through the glass. It shows me exactly what the picture I'm going to look like is going to take based on the settings that I have my camera set to. It's not one of those ones. So like the viewfinder on like a DSLR camera, like you look through it and then you take the picture and then you look at the back to see what that picture is going to look like.
Okay.
Right. Whereas with mine, what I see through the viewfinder is what the image is going to be.
How much does one of those bad boys cost you? Like,
It depends on which one you get. I mean, the new Canon EOS R5, just the body of the camera without a lens is like $5,000.
God damn! Did you spend $5,000 on a camera, Jay?
I did not. That wasn't out when I bought my camera. It just came out like 3 weeks ago.
You got that COVID check, and you're like, I'm getting a camera, bitch. What's up?
But so that was something that I would need anyway. You know what I mean? To do headshots and promo, and I just never had the reason to really invest in a decent camera. I had a Nikon, a DSLR, the D3100, which was a pretty decent camera. You know, it did what I needed it to do. But I wanted to make this transfer to the digital realm from the stage. So I bought a still camera, or a regular camera, and then a video camera. And I also got a pretty nice webcam, which I don't know if it's going through fast enough for you to notice. But
You
it's
have the
pretty
best
high,
picture of any guest that we've had, I think.
Yeah.
pretty
Like
high
you're-
def.
And it's probably on our end, it's not as quality, and it's still fucking quality. Like,
I mean, and it's only like a $60 camera. I just happened to get a great deal on it.
what did you get?
It is the Aluratech 1080p Ultra HD webcam.
Is it the Logitech one? The fucking
No,
C920?
It's Aluratech.
Luratech.
You said
AL
it's $60 because I feel like we should
like
probably
60
get
bucks, yeah.
some.
Dude, if
But I mean, the
60
lighting's
bucks.
got to be good. Yeah, it was like $60 when I bought it, 60 or $70. But I also have like professional lighting that I have set up. That's part of it.
We have a light box at
Yeah.
Pat's, Pat has a light box at his house in the studio.
We
but
got
we're
two
not
of them actually. They're huge.
We're not in the studio right now.
I've got a little light box like for product shots, which if you see me post like the knife stuff, if it's inside, it's probably in a light box.
Yeah.
But I bought a green screen. I got 2 of these umbrella lights. I got 2 of like the box style lights. On my desk over here.
It's like you're about to be a full YouTuber.
It's going right into porn.
That white box on the dinner table there.
Yeah.
That is a product shot, like a desktop light box.
Okay.
Which I paid $30 for that. Which was funny about that is everybody kept telling me that I could build my own cheaper. So I started looking at these schematics, and like the cheapest I found was like $110 for all the stuff that I would have to buy. And then you're looking at 6 to 8 hours to put one together.
Fuck that. Just go spend
That's
$30.
assuming that you do all the wiring right and everything right off the beginning. So I was like, well, if it's this much, like how much am I really saving? So I went to Amazon and typed in desktop light box, $30.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are people talking about?
I want one of those ring lights. I think those are super cool. I feel like that would really boost your quality.
I got a ring light.
30.
I don't use it. Amber actually got it from her cousin, but she uses it for her makeup in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be incredible lighting. You know, especially for like shooting. Especially because if you have a camera in the middle of this ring, it puts the light completely around it and it doesn't actually get into the frame. At least from what I've experienced whenever I've worked with photography.
Right, it can, but you got to have stuff backlit too, unless you want shadows.
Yeah,
so
for
like,
sure.
Especially working with the green screen, I have to have the stuff backlit, which I'm not happy enough with anything that I've done. And I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to like my content. I haven't made anything with the green screen that I feel comfortable putting out into the world yet.
There was this one time I had to do a photo shoot for my old band, and we went to this house that was abandoned for like 20 years or some shit. It is crazy when you go in there. It is so fascinating just to explore through there. And we all drove like an hour and a half to get there. We get there, we have this professional camera. The camera breaks, and then we didn't bring any lights at all, no electricity. So we just used like our cell phone lights the whole time, like our old iPhone 4s or whatever the fuck was out at the time, and their flashlights. And it was one of the best photos we ever took. And it was just some shitty ass lighting with like a shitty cell phone picture. And it's just surprising that lighting can really go a certain way, even if it's kind of shitty.
Yeah, dude, I like a nice dog shit setup where everything looks like the way that they film stuff in Mexico. Like, whenever they have a fucking scene, like in Breaking Bad, where everything's all orange for whatever reason. Like, why is it it's not always orange in Mexico. Like, what the fuck? That's how this room always just looks with those fucking piece of shit lights. Just some LEDs.
It's just the light, man. If you get a white light, a lot of times white light looks blue, which is why in all your video editing software you have like color correct, which the software that I got with my camera is called DaVinci Resolve Studio, and man, it is not user friendly at all.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you gotta just fucking know your shit? You gotta buy a...
Yeah, you gotta actually learn the program. There's not like icons and like... So now what I'm doing, I'm still learning so I learned both of the cameras. That was the reason that I really got back into photography again, was to learn lighting and to learn cameras with the current technology. Which composition and stuff, I had a big head start on like making photos look good because I know composition and I know about lighting. I just didn't know what was currently available and how much stuff was, which I got a pretty decent lighting setup with the backdrops for like $200. So that was, I don't know, a third of what I expected to spend on it. Part of what the lockdown really helped me do is actually go and spend time looking at how much stuff costs. And finding the best deals on the best product for what I wanted to do.
What's your end game?
I mean, to produce online content that I can monetize.
Are you gonna do like a YouTube channel? You should do it all. Like, dude, I listen.
Well, there's going to be video blogs, right? That's what I've already started doing. There's going to be sketches, which me and Blake Hammond are going to be doing some stuff together.
Love that dude. That dude's hilarious.
Yeah, Blake's my homie, man. I love that dude.
Blake is funny as fuck every time that he comes on the show, and a quality comedian. Go check him out if he's doing another parking lot show. Sorry, I had to plug in dude real quick. Keep going, though.
No, man, you can give Blake all the time you want. I love Blake. Blake legitimately. But so the end game is to, and here's the other thing. Part of the end game is unknown, right? I need to be prepared for whatever comes because at where we're at now in my state, like comedy is still basically illegal. Our governor just a couple weeks ago came back out and said no gatherings over 10.
Damn.
So, if it never comes, what if it never comes back? You know what I mean? How long is it going to take these clubs to recover and rebuild after all this?
People are losing their asses, and nobody's helping anybody.
And these clubs are small businesses. You know what I mean? Even the Funny Bones, which are a chain, it's like 6 people that own them.
And they got
you know
fucking rent to pay at whatever strip mall they're in or whatever. And those rents are not cheap because they set it fucking as the expectation prior to COVID, and they haven't changed that. In a lot of cases, electric bills are going up. Like my family's electric bills are going up. Fucking, they're really taking advantage of people hardcore right now during this time, and they're not helping anybody.
Like that
it's kind of fucked.
in like a mall, like where the Funny Bone is, you're looking at $50,000 to $100,000 a month in rent.
God damn, dude. And they
What?
And then they furlough it where it's like you don't even like these months don't count. Like you're all right, it's fine. You're not generating any income. They're like, oh no, we'll let you go for like 4 months, and then you got to pay all 4 months all at once. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The whole landlord
mind?
shit that's going on with this whole COVID thing is mind blowing. And the courts just opened back up, and they're going to be like doing mass evictions. And I'm just like, why the fuck hasn't that been figured out? It's like the most obvious thing I feel like in my mind to like just get shit normal. Just everybody controls the rent. I mean, shouldn't everything else just kind of work? And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I just think that should.
If there's going to be mandates that say that you can't fucking assemble people in these places and it's a part of our economy, then there should be something in place that they can do to protect these fucking businesses from losing their asses and everything just closing down and fucking like a bunch of people losing a shitload of money, which is going to fuck up all kinds of things like kids' lives and fucking make a generation of shithead fucking awful people because people are going to lose their whole asses, and when people lose their asses, they'll do anything possible to provide for their family, which means crime and all kinds of fucking issues and fucking more substance abuse because people get depressed, more depression, more suicide. It'll fuck everything up, and nobody gives a fuck, and nobody's doing anything to fucking protect this shit. Like, I don't know, it really bothers me.
Here's the thing for me, like, I'm a small government guy, right? Like, I don't like, and I think I've made that pretty well known. Like, I hate the government, and I don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
But if they're the ones that are stopping us from our economy running, then in my opinion, it is their responsibility to deal with the consequences of the restrictions and the mandates that they give.
Oh, for sure.
And if those cocksuckers have $3 trillion to give to like Ford and all these failing shitty automotive companies, if they could bail them out and the banks that do nothing but fuck everybody in their path in the asshole over and over again and ream them for everything and steal and lie and cheat and fucking open up 12 bank accounts in your fucking name, Wells Fargo, because your employees are afraid that they're going to fucking get fired any second because they're not meeting sales quotas. Yeah, if you got the money for those fuckheads, how about give it to the people that are like the backbone of the entire fucking, the majority of everybody, the workforce, the blue collar people that are fucking out there, the laborers, the factory workers, the fucking,
because they don't give a fuck, man.
Small businesses and shit like that.
They don't give a fuck at all. They don't give a fuck. I mean, they just went on, like, not to get all political in this shit, but there's like talks of another stimulus package, and they went on a fucking month-long vacation or recess bullshit.
Here's something that's important to remember in this, right? Because everybody talks about Republicans being the ones that don't care. Mitch McConnell in the Senate were staying, and Nancy Pelosi decided that they were going home. And then when Trump started messing with the post office, that was the point that Nancy Pelosi was like, well, we'll go back and deal with the post office. How about you go back and deal with people who are on the verge of either starving to death or having to get food stamps for the first time in their entire lives because of restrictions
all the time during this shit.
Yeah.
I think they all suck dick. All of them.
I also think that that these people who are essential workers that have had to work throughout this whole period should get some kind of bonus from the government also, even though they don't need it as badly. I just
100%.
do. They were the ones that went out and put it on the line to deal with all this.
Yeah,
hazard pay,
the
bitch.
Jobs you never thought they would be, and now they're just so needed, and everybody just like, I hate seeing those videos online of people treating the workers like shit over a fucking 20-minute like long wearing your mask.
Dude, I hate that. And what I also hate more than that is those essential workers saying that no one else should get anything. And that infuriates me too. It's like, look, you were lucky enough to keep your source of income, and they weren't because of government restriction, not because they screwed up, not because they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
And some people are immunocompromised.
Yeah.
They have to take
Yeah.
special precautions to not die of this fucking virus and cough themselves to death in a hospital. Like, you can't expect everybody to be able to go to work. Some people have every single thing that they say if you go out and you catch this, you're for sure going to die. Like, you're a smoker, you're obese, you're this, you're that. All these fucking, like, contributing factors. You're immunocompromised because of whatever pre-existing condition. Then you're expected to work on top of that, and if you don't, you get looked at like you're a fucking piece of shit. And then the worst part of the stimulus check is everyone should have got, if you do the numbers, everyone should have got $6,000, but we got $1,200 because it's earmarked with a bunch of other shit so that the fucking federal government can rake in the other $3,800 of your fucking stimulus check. Like, it's fucking absolutely ridiculous. They earmark it with all kinds of special interest fucking lobbyist shit, and then you lose all that stimulus check, and then they piss in your hand like, here you go, we gave you something, and then fucking you have to pay that back at the end of the year come next tax season. Fucking,
You don't, though. You don't.
yeah, but at first they were talking about it, and then the fucking dickheads can't figure out another one because they're like, it's fine, everything's good. Let's just reopen, and then we'll look like the most dog shit country in the entire world because we have the
look like the most
growing
dog
numbers.
shit country.
We're making ourselves look fucking horrible. Like every
I don't want
single
to.
day, every
It makes
decision.
me not want to be an American. Like, I really fucking hate it with this shit going on.
I wouldn't take it that far. I still love the United States, but
I mean, I
don't
love
like
the
way
United States, but I'm just saying I don't want to be a part of all the bullshit that's going on right now. Is what I
When
mean.
you have no choice.
Yeah.
And that's it.
We're
I
stuck.
do. I don't have any choice. I'm
Yeah.
stuck.
They've literally
Sure.
closed the borders to other countries. Like, no, you can't
Yeah.
fucking from the
Well,
U.S.
Here's the crazy,
Yeah, right.
crazy parts of it, man, is part of the reason. So we should have closed our borders in the very beginning of this.
Yeah.
And our president decided that he wanted to, and he came out and said he was going to, and everybody screamed that he was a xenophobe and a racist because of it. But if you look at New Zealand, who did close their borders completely to everyone, for 110 days, they had no new COVID cases.
Yeah, they're doing really well, actually.
They're not now, though. They had a failure at the border, and now they have like 29 new cases. But then you look, so I'm not really a fan of government at all, but particularly Democrats have been my favorite target, partly and mainly really because of the smugness that comes with that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're the good people nonsense.
I think everybody sucks on both sides.
Yeah, they all
the right
suck.
sucks,
And
the
I
left
agree.
sucks. They all, like, the political agendas are fucking retarded. Like, everything is insane to me. The smugness, the aspect that you were talking about, the fucking...
Self-righteousness, dude, it's too much, and you're an absolute
But on the
monster if you
Republican
don't agree
end,
with them.
there's the it's the same thing on the Republican. It's just not the fucking smug aspect of it. It's just,
Well, they don't try to cancel you. You know what I mean? So, like, if you say something a Republican disagrees with, they don't try to dig up dirt on you for the next 3 years.
they'll get you blocked on
They-
Facebook though. Like I
they'll
was
block
trolling
you.
people.
Yeah, but they don't try to get you fired
They got
from
me-
your job, and then if you get a new job, go in and say this guy said something mean online. 6
But
years ago.
those fuckheads will go down to a Black Lives Matter protest and fucking scream in a 14-year-old's face and use the N-word in front of her and crazy shit like that.
Well, here's what's crazy.
And on
to
a
me.
video camera. So I mean,
True.
they're assholes
Right,
too. I don't
So
like either one
Everyone's
of them. I'm not
assholes
going to
in this
defend.
situation,
I won't
and
shit
it's
on one and not
extremists
shit on
both
the other.
ends.
I
Well,
won't.
so here's the thing,
I hate them
right?
both.
So I've been more vocal about my disgust for Democrats on the left, but my governor is a Democrat, right? And I will die on this hill that my governor has done a better job during this time than any governor in the country. The decisions that he made, even the ones that were difficult, he came out with and he stuck by it. He didn't do like Mike DeWine, who came out with a mask mandate and people cried about it, so he took it back 2 days later.
Yeah.
Our governor had people show up at his house with guns and still stood for what he believed in.
Kentucky, right?
In Kentucky, yeah. Governor
Yeah,
Andrew Scheer.
they were handling really well, I think.
And the dude had the job for 2 months, man. 2
2
months when
months?
this hit. Yeah.
That's
his-
crazy.
His first term as governor was this year. And I think he's done an absolutely remarkable job. So part of the reason I wanted to point out that I tend to crap on Democrats more than Republicans, I mean, they legitimately piss me off more often. But to say that it's not just me, like saying that it's my party guy that's doing well. You know what I mean? I don't have a party, but I'm farther from the big state. Government controls everything.
You lean
But
right.
Andy Bashir
right.
has a
Like-
little bit. I'm so far to the right that I've passed. I'm not in the circle. I'm an anarchist, right? So I'm not even in that circle. So I believe as far left as you can be as far as social issues, and as far right as you can be as far as small government and government interference in your life. So like Ron Paul is a guy that I like. Rand Paul is a guy that I like sometimes. I want to put that caveat on there. Sometimes I don't. but these small government personal liberty people, gun rights, but also rights for trans people and the whole LGBTQ community and women's rights and like I'm for every bit of that all the time.
Yeah, dude.
And part of that, what a lot of people don't understand with somebody with the political philosophy that I have is that is intertwined with personal liberty. You know what I mean? We're not.
A lot of people also are hating people that are on either side. Now it's like there's such fucking tribalism going on. You're not even allowed to, like, in any, if you're in one world, you're not allowed to even be friends with somebody or talk to another person that's on the other side. It's like, what kind of fucking, like, divide and conquer shit is this? Like, this is how the small man keeps everybody down amongst themselves while everybody on the top keeps getting fucking fatter and richer. Like, you can't even, like,
absolutely.
have a political discussion with somebody that you disagree with anymore without somebody being like, fucking, oh, you're talking to fucking, I'm sure somebody will break our balls about you leaning right or whatever, when meanwhile I feel like I'm dead in the center because I'm the same fucking way as what you're describing.
I can't even tell you how many people on my timeline since this outbreak has come have like posted a status saying, if you disagree with me on this, or if you stand for that, unfriend me.
You're gonna create an echo chamber.
Facebook,
so
dude.
let me get this right.
Get off that shit.
You're not
you
gonna
gotta
ever
hide it.
But no, the problem is if you hide it and you run away from it and you don't ever address the fact that these people are being ridiculous and creating giant fucking problems, then it won't get addressed and it'll keep.
I'm talking about your Facebook
stupidity.
friends. I'm not talking about the big deal people. Obviously, that affects.
This
all
trickles
of us.
out into the real world, though. People really feel this way.
I don't need to hear Grandma Susie talk about her Klansman bullshit or fucking one person canceling someone else. I don't need to hear everybody's opinions and then everybody arguing and then no one agreeing on anything.
I hear you, but
keyboard warrior bullshit. I just stay away from it and I find my news sources through my own methods.
And that's
so here's the thing for me. Here's the difference between, for me, like the reason the left makes me angrier than the right does. So if I do something that looks like I'm supporting somebody on the right in any way, people scream and yell, they block me, they freak out, they threaten to show up and try to get me canceled and blah, blah, blah. But I posted live video and archived video of me being at a participating in a Black Lives Matter protest. None of my friends from the right try to give me a hard time about it. None of them.
Right.
Not a one.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen people break balls in both directions, so I don't think either side's great. But I definitely get what you're saying. Like, I definitely am lean more towards the left, I think. But I feel like I'm a lot in the center, but slightly more towards the left because a lot of Republicans look like assholes to me. Like, but a lot of fucking like
with the Republican Party, 0%.
But I hate. Yeah, I get you. I mean,
so
I just like
zero. I got to go like this to say zero now.
Well, I mean,
I'm doing a white supremacist symbol.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's what I was getting to. The fucking left. The problem that I have with them. I have an assload of problems about the right, but the left is that cancel culture shit, and you can't say fucking words anymore.
Fucking terrible.
You
have to be
make
a certain
jokes
level,
anymore. They will take your whole fucking life away from you. You'll lose your ability to earn income if you make the wrong joke on some dumb show like this. Like, even this little small ass show, one of us could lose. Probably me, because I'm the one that says retarded and all this fucking stupid shit, and I'll never give up.
That's a word you probably shouldn't use.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck them all. I don't care. That's where I just like I really don't give a shit. Like whatever. Yeah. Like they could try to fire me, but
as far as language
work
goes,
in
I
kitchens.
don't mind. Like I'm cool with the workaround on the language, right?
Sure.
I legitimately. So here's something that I learned a long time ago, and this is before I even started doing comedy. The intent of my words sometimes it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
The way that it lands. So it's like going outside. Say if I'm shooting at a deer and I accidentally miss and I hit a kid, that kid's still dead, even though my intent was to hit the deer, right? So with language, as far as like the R word or the F word or the N word, like I don't use those words because it doesn't matter my intent. The person that hears them and is hurt because of it is still hurt.
I would argue that retarded people are always happy. So and also, Jay, when we went to yeah, you're not offending them. You're offending their parents, okay?
Oh, my God.
And if South Park taught me anything, it's the parents' fault that the kid is retarded because they made fun of retarded people in high school.
Oh,
No. And then God punished them with a little retarded kid.
Far enough.
All right, Cody, a little too deep there, buddy.
Jesus.
Oh, Jay's so uncomfortable. He's like, I'm losing all this photography work now. He's just thinking about Jay could actually lose shit right now because of the dumb jokes that I'm making. But I'm fucking kidding, and people try to take your whole fucking life away from you for joking.
I know that you're joking.
I get what you're saying, and I agree with it. I don't use the F word anymore.
I would disconnect. I would be like, nope, I'm done. I'm done.
Please don't put that out. Please, God. Oh, Jesus.
here's
It's
something
bad enough
funny.
that we laughed at it.
It is bad enough that we laughed at it, and
Because it was funny. You laughed at it because it was funny, and that's why I said
mean,
it.
I was,
and I'll argue that all
Therapeutic
day.
Shock.
You didn't laugh like that because it was just, oh, it's uncut. No, it's also funny. You laugh because there's a joke there, and I fight for that joke. I don't know. I don't think people should lose their job over that joke.
I do think there needs to be people to fight for ugly language. I do, right?
Mhm.
Because if somebody doesn't fight for the ugliest language, then the next level of ugly language is what gets attacked next.
Right.
But for me personally, I pick the words that I use generally pretty well as to not hurt someone that I don't intend to hurt. Now, if I'm intending to hurt someone, then maybe I'll say something crazy.
What's
But
the
that's because I'm trying to hurt someone.
yes?
Right.
Well, what's the correct word instead of retarded? What should I say? Because I'm gonna say some version
I
of
think
that.
you know what to
What's the one that's
say.
acceptable now? No, I don't ever say retarded to fucking actual special needs people. It's never like I'll fuck around, but like I call my friends
I'll
that
fuck
are
around
acting
with the
stupid
kid, but-
retarded. Like I don't. No, I don't. I mean.
I'll fuck around with the kid, but
And guess what? We went to fucking Children's Hospital the other day, right? Because my son's got a cleft palate, so we got to meet with plastic surgeons and a genetic expert. Genetic doctor comes in asking us all these fucking questions and is like, so is there any history of, like, he went down, it wasn't the first question, by the way, because I know you guys are going to attack me
he
for
looked
this.
straight at you.
Yeah, he was like, any history of mental retardation, sir? Like, oh yeah, on my dad's
Looks
side,
at
I'm a
you.
quarter retarded, twice removed. No, but he that's what he said. He said mental retardation. I'm like, oh, it's fucking still, that's still the word? Like, that's still the correct term? That's a medical terminology from one of the finest hospitals in not just Ohio or Cincinnati, and in the fucking world. Like, people
Dude,
fly around the
Children's
world to
Hospital
come here.
Cincinnati is fantastic.
It's phenomenal. And the doctor in that room said, is there any history of mental retardation? So what the fuck is the word? That's the word. It's just the word.
Right, but he was in a clinical setting. You're in your bedroom.
This is my whole
Would
house,
you
by the
tell
way.
him no? But I'm a
It's a
bit of
studio house.
mongoloid.
We all live in here. I made him go outside with the podcast. I'm sorry.
You
Keep
got
going.
a guy with a THC pin and a gorilla shirt next to you. The circumstances are quite different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Do people try that shit out in comedy and it just fails miserably every time? Like idiots like me that like, oh, I'm
It
gonna crush with
depends
this.
on at what level they are, right? So like I did some shows with Pablo Francisco a while back, and man, he used all kinds of crazy language that you're not supposed to use anymore.
Yeah,
And,
Joey Diaz does that shit. They're trying to
He
take
does,
him
but
away.
Joey's
He's so funny.
Here's the difference though. Joey Diaz, who has come out, Joey's having some problems right now. But
What?
We can talk about that after you get
I'm curious.
Joey admitted to some stuff that he definitely shouldn't have done.
10 years
I mean,
ago
there's
on
no
the
doubt
Joe
about
Rogan podcast, he told a story
Hold on.
that happened 20 years before that
What
about
did he
him getting
say?
his dick sucked. He was talking about getting his dick sucked for giving female comedians a spot. Then 10 years
that's
ago
me.
on a podcast, and this was 20 years ago, and also at that time, Joey Diaz also put up a video like, yeah, I mean, it's
You hear
true,
this
cocksucker.
apologist?
No, I don't. I mean, here's what he said, and he was like, "Look, you motherfuckers loved me when I told you I kidnapped a man, put him in the back of a trunk, and fucking held him at gunpoint with a machine gun for ransom money. You cocksuckers loved me then. You don't love me now." He was like, "I was on heroin, getting my dick sucked for spots up there." He was like, and Mitzi Shore. Fucking making like I don't know who specifically, but Mitzi Shore, who ran the Comedy Store, that bitch was having fucking male comedians fucking fuck her. Otherwise, they wouldn't get spots. Shit was going on
I had
all the
no
time.
idea that
Not
was
saying it
true.
was right. I'm just telling you, Joey Diaz is basically like, yeah, I was a fucking piece of shit. I was an absolute felon, criminal,
Right, the
heroin
problem-
addict, cocaine addict. Like,
The
what do you want
problem
from me?
wasn't just that he did it. It was the way he was telling the story and laughing.
Oh, he's
at it.
laughing
That
so
is the
hard about it.
problem.
He's a fucking psychopath about it. Yeah.
But so like Pablo, so like Joey though has cultivated an audience. They expect to get Coco when they get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Pablo's audience has been gone since '95, right? '96 maybe. He doesn't
Yeah.
have an audience anymore. There's, so he's using all these slurs for LGBTQ and it just he's saying lots of stuff that you can't say. And
Did they like it though? Were they
they
going
just
for it?
stared at him.
Oh no. Was it
And it
just
wasn't
death?
even like-
Crickets?
I mean, dude, it got to the point. It was so bad that at a few points one night, so I'm standing up. We're at the Liberty Funny Bone, and I'm at the top of the steps getting ready to sell T-shirts when the show's over, and I can hear him on stage going, "Come on, that's funny. You know that's funny." And
Oh
I'm like,
God!
"Oh."
Oh, dude, no!
It was so bad, and part of that is people have just had enough of that. And when you use those words like in a joke. Like, that's the funny part of the joke. The question is the joke funny if you don't say that, right? And most of the people that make those jokes are not funny if you don't say that. So like I've done some jokes where someone in my joke is developmentally disabled, right? They were just there in the situation, but that's not part of the joke,
Yeah.
right? I don't bring it up. You know what I mean? There's jokes that I do where there's a Middle Eastern guy or a different person of color, and I don't bring up their race in the joke because it's not relevant to the joke, right? So people say you can't joke about stuff anymore. You can if the joke is funny. Some stuff is unnecessary. And the reason I started cutting out unnecessary stuff from jokes isn't because of cancel culture or because of being politically correct. It's because
It's how you feel.
the shorter you make a joke, the fewer words that you put in it, the faster you get to the funny parts of the joke.
Yeah.
That was it for me. So I did that automatically. It wasn't something that I had to really, as far as like being PC, I didn't really have to learn that. And I kind of have this reputation now of not being PC at all. And really it's more attitude than it is the language that I choose.
Right. I mean, you're not saying fucking crazy shit up there using slurs and
don't.
whatnot. I don't know though, but I'll fight for both. Like yeah, you're right. I mean, you're the comedian. I'm not a fucking comedian. I'm just some asshole with a podcast in a basement cracking retard jokes. Like I don't mean any of it. I'm a fucking dick. I don't know. Take my shitty cooking job away. I'll go find another shitty cooking job. I don't give a fuck. You can't do anything to hurt me. I appreciate your philosophy on it, and I can't disagree or agree because I'm not a comedian. But Nick Mullen from fucking Cumtown. I've been listening to that podcast recently and just getting depressed that I can't be as funny of a podcast as Cumtown is funny. But they go for the most punching down, most fucking still using slurs, and it's fucking hilarious. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I don't know if
those
it's
guys do that. Legion of Skanks does that sometimes.
but it isn't just the words. It isn't just them saying those words that make it funny. They are fucking legitimately making hilarious characters that you could tell Nick Mullen and Stavros has sat there and figured out like the best way to fuck around about like they've taken time to craft these fucking ridiculous bits.
Luke looking at Cody as he says this shit.
What?
Like
He's like, I don't get it, but unless they're saying shit fucking retard, it's not like I understand what you're saying, but they're saying caca and retard, so it's funnier.
No, I'm saying
I wish I could say caca and retard the way they say caca and retard.
Jesus.
he called you out.
Why do you
dude.
keep saying caca? I never said caca.
Because it's funny.
No, it's not.
I think if a comedian stopped saying shit and started saying caca instead throughout an entire set, that would be hysterically funny.
Yeah, fuck you, Cody. Fucking Mark.
But still say all the other cuss words, right? But just be weird about that.
Yeah,
Or
but
instead of saying
caca
dick,
is censored.
Say pee-pee, right? I'm getting my pee-pee sucked, right?
But do you not find David Tell funny? Like, come on, that's all that he does.
David Tell funny.
David Tell's
I find a
fucking
lot
hilarious.
of stuff like that's funny. But the problem is that unlike the guys that have already cultivated an audience like David Tell, they're the guys that can get away with that. Like, look at Ari Shaffir. Ari Shaffir is the worst dude on the planet and still has a career.
That's a fact.
He's not the worst dude on the planet.
He's one of them.
No, he's not. I love Ari.
He's up there.
Pretty
Ari
horrible
Shaffir's
things.
great.
As
I don't
far
care.
as saying terrible
Spiked his
things
friend.
and doing terrible things, but stopping at different levels of assault, right?
Yeah.
The Amazing Racist is one of the most terrible things that's ever been done.
Oh, it was.
He goes and picks up Hispanic men from a Home Depot to day labor and then takes them to the INS and lays on the
It's
horn
fake.
of his truck.
Yeah, but it's fake. It's not real. I mean, he didn't really
But it
do
doesn't
that.
matter if
He didn't
it's-
really go to a dry cleaner with his KKK robes. Also, Ari Shaffir is wearing KKK robes as a Jew with like a fucking like his dad is a Holocaust survivor and a fucking
right.
like he looks like a caricature of a racist cartoon of a Jewish man.
But you're
And
not
it's
supposed to know that.
right, but like
You know what I mean? You're not supposed to know that. It's supposed to. The content that he's putting out is as offensive as it gets.
well, dude, that was also in fucking what
Educate
2002.
him, Jay.
I mean, it was like, our Amazing Racist was like 2005 or something like that. Like, I mean, you're also talking about a time when people would say the N-word casually on stage, and it was still fine for a white dude to say
Kobe
that.
Bryant died. Ari came out and said, "Thank God that Kobe Bryant died," and he still has a career. Right?
So what?
He lost some stuff when that happened, but I mean, he still is doing his thing. You know what I mean? He still has sponsors for his podcast because he's cultivated an audience.
I love his
You know what I mean?
podcast. I like his comedy a lot, and I always enjoy him on.
We get
any
it. You really
podcast.
like
He's
horrible
great.
people.
Same
Yeah,
thing with
I
Big
don't
Jay
care.
Okerson. Big Jay Okerson says horrible things from the stage especially about like using women, right?
Yeah.
But Big J has cultivated an audience. Legion of Skanks is not the most politically correct podcast in the world.
Not the-
but it has an audience.
They call themselves a racist podcast. They don't mean it. They're saying it as like
Right,
people
it's a
call
joke,
them
yeah, for
racist, so
sure.
they're like, yeah, fuck it. They lean into like they call themselves the most offensive podcast on the planet. They go
Right.
out of their way to be fucking like super shocking with all this shit. But I do genuinely think it's funny just outside of them saying the words, or maybe I'm just a
But-
fuckhead that likes stupid words. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either
It's
way, it
that
makes me
one.
laugh.
All that though, my point of all that is all these different comics that have that level have cultivated an audience, right? Your average open micer, or even your MC or your feature or your working but not famous headliner does not have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So until you get there, like, dude, if an open micer went and started doing Anthony Jeselnik bits, dude, they would get run out of a room.
Do you ever hear people get up there and start telling cancer jokes like at an open
Yes.
mic? Where they
Yes,
have no concept of like you don't have an audience they're just here to see blanket comedy, like anything from fucking like I don't know, Lenny Bruce to fucking Doug Stanhope to fucking you could get like Tim Allen, like comedy. I just came to see comedy. Like you can't go up
Mike
there and start telling
Birbiglia
suicide jokes.
And it's worse every time Jeselnik puts out a special.
I like Anthony. Do you not like his? I mean,
No,
I know.
I like Anthony Jeselnik. What I don't like is open micers who think
Oh,
because
yeah.
a headliner that they saw on a special can do something that they can also do it. So
Yeah.
it's like take it from a plumbing side, right? Say a plumber, right? Say an apprentice plumber who's not even a journeyman plumber yet, right? Can't even do things on his own.
Right.
He sees your journeyman plumber working on a boiler, right? A boiler is a controlled explosion that provides heat to a building. If you do something wrong on that, it will explode and people will die. So if your apprentice goes in and tries doing the work that the journeyman is supposed to be doing, then people can die from it. So it's kind of the same way with comedy. You know what I mean? Your headliner that you see in a special, until you have that same status as him, you can't expect to be able to get away with the same things as him or her. When
Unless
we're
you're
watching-
willing to live like incredibly hard road comic lifestyle, like fucking
Well, you're just
Stanhope.
not-
That's what Stanhope did. He played rock and roll bars that didn't even, let alone comedy. They didn't even know comedy was happening. They were just waiting for fucking chicken wings and to get blackout drunk before they play the
But he was
ACD cover
already-
band plays. You know what I mean?
Well, here's
And
the thing
nobody
about
knew
that, though.
what he was doing.
Even through that, he was already a headliner. You know what I
Right.
mean? You're not seeing Doug Stanhope as an MC. Doug Stanhope didn't come into comedy and become a headliner right off the time. He had his period as an MC. He had his period as a feature act. And then he became a headliner.
Right.
So you have these people who are vying for MC work, who are trying to do material that they see headliners do, or the style, not the same material, obviously, but the same style, subject matter. It's just insanity. You can't expect somebody who swapped out a light switch in their own house 2 or 3 times to go swap out a transistor at a power plant.
Right.
It just, and you know, it's like the thing that I say, and this will probably make some people mad, but like the whole OnlyFans thing, like people are upset about all the girls that have the OnlyFans accounts now, and a big part of the only problem that I have is like they skipped all the difficult parts of getting into that industry.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they want the same respect that a porn star is supposed to be given, but all they did is pay $25 a month for an iPhone.
Yeah, lady, you haven't even had your asshole fingered in a Corvette randomly by some weird dude with a mustache yet, with a
Like-
fucking
like you haven't
with a
even
dash
been to
cam.
You
Yeah.
haven't even been to rehab 6 times yet. You know what I mean? How am I supposed to give you money for that?
Yeah, you haven't even been borderline raped on camera yet. So, like, how are you going to be in this fucking... How are you going to climb at the top of the ladder and expect to be... I don't know, dude. Sometimes there's some horrific shit that happens in the porn industry. I
Oh,
don't
dude,
know.
it's terrible.
It's
Yeah, there's
fucking
definitely
bad.
horrible things
There's
that
some
happen.
documentaries out there. They're just taking advantage of girls, like, grooming them as they're fucking 17 years old. Like, you turn 18. Fuck. They have all the camera set up. Like, you got the clock, the watch up. Like, yeah.
Where's this going?
8 minutes
They're
to
almost
midnight.
always drug addicts.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Almost
dude.
every time.
Well, they turn into drug addicts after they make them do horrific shit sexually on camera, and they think that it's gonna be like this fun, empowering thing, and it's like, oh no, the
Maybe-
porn industry is a brutal, horrible place full of manipulators, abusers, and addicts that are gonna fucking wring you dry for the 7 years that you look pretty on camera, and
I don't know if-
toss you like a wadded
Damn.
up cum
Is
rag
that
into
the?
the
I
streets.
don't know if that's the entirety of the porn industry.
I'm sure
No.
it's
Not
the
the
majority of
entirety,
it. I'm sure it's
but
the
yeah,
There's a lot of
majority
people
of it.
out there that do it to make money, and you know,
Bro, I guarantee it's the majority of it.
it's-
There's some scumbags. in the
there's
porn
definitely,
industry.
obviously, there's fucked up things going on in there, though.
100%.
But
What do you
if
mean?
someone wants to do sex work, they can do whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No one's saying that they can. I'm just saying that that industry is set up to.
He's just saying
put
that
these
if
people in
you
danger.
want to try to live that life, you're gonna be used and abused and fucking.
I don't know.
You're gonna be on drugs and
whatever, nerds.
What I'm saying is that open micers don't get paid.
Right.
Yeah.
how they get on the
Got
porn?
you.
I don't know.
Cody likes to just fucking interrupt people in the middle of their
No,
points.
that's the open mic of the porn industry.
Yeah. Jay's trying to get cheaper OnlyFans subscriptions. Is what it sounds like is happening right here.
Do not have an account.
Yeah.
I was talking about before the
Very
show
quick to answer.
started about
Not yet.
starting up a bastard sermon OnlyFans and only posting pictures of our asshole.
We were literally talking about this right before you got here because I was like, my
Well, you can
asshole
make
always
it-
be unwiped, like in every picture. Luke's will be like, just you'll know it's him because it's all freckled and he's
No,
got
here's
that
the thing.
orange scrum
You're
hair.
missing out on one of your guys' skills. Patrick is an artist. Have him draw things on your paint using the hole as part of the image.
Yeah.
I'll go to an art museum and I'll throw that loose leaf piece of paper I drew your asshole on onto the wall, and I'll tape $175,000, and we'll be rich.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah, dude.
about.
Maybe I'll do
That's
a
how you
painting,
do it.
finish it in 9 years, how I do all my art. Like, yeah, here's this painting I started 11 years ago. I'm still working on
An
it.
asshole.
Yeah, that's why Pat gets to be called an artist. He finishes shit
He
eventually.
produces content.
Yeah, dude. If you just
You're
say
more like a
produces,
contractor doing work in his own house. You got 70 projects started and none completed.
fucking right I am. Oh, speaking of art, Mansfield dropped this shit off. Big shout out to Clint Young, Luke's cousin, who's always hitting up all of us. He hit me up for fucking art, but like I just said, I was like, dude, I'm not accepting money from you. I can barely do art when I want to do art, let alone do it for other people. But eventually, maybe I'll get to your Nazgul thing, Clint. But thank you so much for commissioning Anthony Tank Mansfield, one of our sponsors. We'll get to him later at the end of the show, for making this beautiful piece that Mansfield printed off a couple copies of and gave us all a copy. And hold it up for the YouTube people. He drew us as a single-headed bastard. So the bastard,
A three-headed bastard.
our bastard guy, our little logo.
Bastard.
Yeah, three-headed bastard. And it's me, Luke, and Pat. Thank you so much, Clint Young. Thank you, Anthony Tank Mansfield. That's fucking awesome. Hit up Mansfield for art. Clint is the best. Whatever that dude does, fucking
love him.
support him in everything. All right. I just want to give that
I'd
shout
like
out
to
real quick.
groom him and get him hooked on drugs. You know what I'm saying?
I'd really like to turn that asshole inside out, if you know what if you catch my drift.
I want to see him on our OnlyFans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd really
like
like to
that Cody
pink
does-
sock his guts, if you know if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I think what
fucking
you
nasty.
guys have overlooked here is that not only does Cody not finish his own artwork, he doesn't even commission his own artwork. He gets Luke's cousin to do it. I also want to point out that while Cody turns down money for art, Patrick was like, "This is my PayPal. Send it immediately."
Yeah, because
Hey, I'm running a
I'll
business
get it
here.
done
He'll get it
in
done.
an hour, and
I
it'll
know
look
myself.
incredible.
I know myself.
I
I
will
know it
start
won't
it
ever
right
get
now.
done. I won't accept money because I've done it too many times, and then I always hate what I make for people, and I'm just like, no, fuck that. I don't want to.
You gotta
I'm
gotta
the
have
same
this
way,
thing
just not
called
liking what I create.
conviction. You know what I'm saying?
I hate everything that I make, and at the end of it, I've stared at it for 100 hours, so I'm just like, nah, this sucks, dick. Other people are like,
people
it's
don't see-
great. Like, whatever.
It's like with my photography. I see all the flaws in it, the stuff that I did not want to be part of that image, and you see that when you're creating paintings, and other people don't
Yeah, dude.
see it.
And you just told us right before we started up the podcast you were doing 2 hours worth of editing. I don't know if that's on a series of photographs, but even if it is,
Well-
it's all the same subject matter usually. So you're just staring
When
at
I
the
say
same
editing,
shit.
It's not necessarily all like actual editing.
You're learning how the
part of it-
program works.
Well, part of it is I only shoot raw. I don't shoot in JPEG or PNG. So none of any files that I want to use for anything other than looking at through my camera, I have to put onto the computer and then import into Lightroom. And then if I want to use them for anything, I have to export them to PNG or JPEG. So a lot of it is just me choosing which images that I like and then picking those images. I try to do as little editing as possible. Now that I've got to the point where I'm getting a lot more images that I like initially without any editing, now I'm starting to do some like artistic style editing to create images that you would never get in the real world.
Mm.
Do you ever Photoshop that giant black dude with his dick out into any of your
That-
photos?
I have my initial all of my Photoshop skills that I have now, I learned by putting dicks into pictures that did not have dicks in them.
Oh man, that's great. Just photoshopping dicks into people's faces and posting
Well,
it back
there
on
was a guy that I
Facebook.
used to work
Back in the
for
good
that I
old days of
hated.
Facebook.
Dude, we made hundreds of images of this guy that I used to work for with Dick.
Hundreds, bro?
Hundreds.
How
Not just
much
me
did you
either,
hate this
lots.
guy?
Dude, he did some pretty terrible shit to my family.
What did he
What do
do?
you do? Don't tell us.
Can we talk about it?
Can you tell
Fuck
us?
this guy.
Can you
What's
tell
his,
us everything?
what's his
Yeah,
home
I'll-
address? Dox him.
I'll say this much of it because it's over with now. It's been a few years, but he allowed a 25-year-old employee to try to hit on my 15-year-old stepdaughter.
I would beat
Oh
I
no.
would beat the fuck out of him at
What's
work.
this guy's
with
name?
Yeah.
I would
I'm
assault
not
this
gonna say his
man.
name.
with
What's
a-
his name rhyme with?
I would assault this man with a blunt
I'd
object.
pull out that fucking tomahawk, you know what I'm saying, and bury it in that skull.
Dude, I
Know what I'm
Photoshop
saying?
dicks
I
on him.
went
I would
on a
kill this man. Fuck that
Full-out
guy.
assault on his business, and I mean he wasn't there for it, so it's not like he could have stopped it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I don't really wish violence on the guy, but I definitely don't wish success on the guy either.
Right.
Uh,
I would wish cancer on his mom. You're a much nicer man than me.
Oh, dude, I said horrible things to him and his mother.
Yeah.
Good.
Fuck
good.
both of them.
Fuck them
And
both.
not just
Yeah.
me.
Fuck
Dude,
his mother.
I had people from all over the country shitting on this dude.
What did you do? Did you Facebook rally
I
up the
just-
troops?
I did, yeah. I absolutely
Good.
did that.
Nice. Oh, it's
He's
nice.
like, I did.
It's nice to have
Yeah.
people.
What you gotta do about it?
It's nice. You're like a headliner comedian, so you've got like fucking hilarious people on your back too, like people that know how to write already. Like those are the best people to have like on somebody else's ass because they're gonna fucking tear into every bit of their being. They'll be like "fuck you," and they'll be like actually going for like hardcore digs. Was it shit like that? Did
Yeah,
you have fucking
yeah.
comedians and
God.
shit like that going after?
Some of it was people. So I'm not a fan of cancel culture, partly because sometimes there are good uses for terrible people. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you don't want to shun them completely because sometimes it's nice to be able to shoot that message like, hey, come and say horrible things to this guy.
Right, and vote with your dollar. Like put it out there on Front Street. Like you don't have to
Right,
cancel
and
people if like
dude,
people are
for-
cocksuckers. You just
For like a week,
don't give
they
them
went
money.
they went from having like $3,000 days to having like $200 days.
That's
for like
awesome.
A week.
Fucking
you shut their
A.
shit down. Yeah, fuck that
For,
guy.
for like a week, and then all those customers left, and they have one of the best locations in the world as far as what they sell. So they got new customers to come in pretty quickly. But
Is it a heroin shop in the middle of Covington?
I think
Heroin
they moved on to
store.
meth for the most part there.
Oh yeah, there was a kid that I worked with. Shout out Johnny if your meth head ass is listening. I used to work with this kid at GameWorks. He was a line cook. He was talked about fucking with this kid so much. We'd send him off for left-handed knives every day, and that kid would never get the joke. Bun stretchers and everything and shit like that. And this fucking kid was just like, man, I'm on paper right now. And I was like, what'd you do, Johnny? He's like, I'm on paper for 5 years for stealing checks. I was like, you stole checks? He's like, I worked a construction worker job in and fucking stole a couple checks. I was like, what'd you get with your checks? Some fucking big screen TV. Like, he's a real, like, white trash Covington dude with the fucking sideways baseball cap or whatever the fuck. Like, a super nerdy kid. He's like, nah, just, like, so you assume he's, like, this hillbilly, like gangster hillbilly. Like he would even listen to that music. I didn't even know it existed. It's like country music mixed with like Yellow Wolf.
Hip hop, man. There's a
it's-
whole name for that genre.
Yeah,
of music.
It's horrible.
Hip hop.
He would play it at work on his backpack
Kid
speakers, and we would
Rock
all
shit.
laugh him out of the kitchen every day. It was so fucking
I have
funny
never
to watch
heard
the
of that
Guatemalan
before.
dudes in the back just talk shit about him
It's
in Spanish
terrible,
right
dude.
to his
Don't
face.
Look into it.
It's the worst. It's the fucking worst. And this kid would do it. He'd be like, yeah, son, like, nah. So I'm like, your white trash ass, like, what did you buy with it? Like, big screen TVs and fucking ATVs and shit. And he was like, meth. I was like, you fucking stole checks for meth? He was like, yeah, dude, it didn't. My drug dealer didn't fucking want to cash it because he felt like it was shady, and he was right. I was like, he gave it to you.
You found a dope dealer that you could take a check to?
Yeah, dude, that's what I was saying. No, he brought it to his dope dealer, and his dope dealer was like, nah, dude, I'm not retarded like you. He was like, go get the money from that check. And then he got the money from it, and they fucking locked the doors on his ass, and the police showed up because he tried to do it for like 20 grand. He just wrote himself a ridiculous check, dressed like a Covington fucking white boy that listens to hip hop. Like,
Oh man.
And then he's in there, and I was like,
What a
well, how long you been
fucking
sober? He was like, about a year, man. Been on paper, got 4 more years to go. And I was like, all right, well, you got to feel so much better off the meth. And he's like, man, I miss the chicken bone every day, dog. I'm so mad that I got to go pee downtown. I'm like, what's a chicken bone? He's like, that's what you
meth
smoked
pipe,
the
man.
meth out of. I was like, all right, well, I'm glad I didn't know that
It's
before
a glass,
you told me.
It's like a glass ball at the end of it.
Yeah, it's the little glass. I always heard them called glass roses or whatever the fuck.
The roses are the straight ones.
Oh, okay.
I only knew chicken bone. I didn't know about the glass
I've
rose.
never
Yeah,
known
bro.
any of that.
The glass
No, the straight
roses,
ones are
they
for
sell.
crack.
The
Okay,
person's a genius in the middle of the crack epidemic. He was like, take advantage of all these crackheads. He started manufacturing crack pipes, and they put a little rose in there so that they could sell it as a rose inside of a glass jar
Dude, if
instead
you
of
ever
a
have some
crack
free
pipe
time-
at your local BP.
If you're ever bored and have free time, look
Always.
up
It's my
crack
whole
pipe
life.
on Wish, and then read the reviews.
Let's look it up right now.
Yeah, let's do that. Hold on, let me share my screen. Give me just a second.
Wish crack pipes. Those things always showed on Facebook, and then like their weird banana hammock shit.
Check out Jay's website. J, the letter J, Armstrong.
Hey.
ARMSTRONG.WTF, like what the fuck. And you can see all of his merch, Patrick's cool ass shirt. Check out his Facebook, his Twitter, his YouTube, and his Instagram. Follow him on everything. Check out his bio, read that,
Get my
jerk
IG.
off to
Hey,
it.
Go to my IG real quick. You can see some of my photos.
Fuck yeah, let's do that. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, you got all your product shit here. So you work at the vape shop. We're gonna
that's
look this thing up
Grip
that you mentioned, by the way. But I wanted to, since it was up, we might as well give your plugs out and shit like that so people can find it. How do I go?
That's a picture I was pretty happy with. This is an image I was pretty happy with. That's a clean image. That's not edited.
I like your use of rules of third.
I remember when you first brought that vape piece to the studio. I think the last time we
No, it was a bullet. He had a big ass bullet, a 50 cal bullet, is what it looked
Yeah.
like.
Oh, okay. Well,
different one.
either way, that thing that you brought to the studio the last time you recorded with us in person, I like that thing was so huge, made of brass, and it had the craziest looking like carvings in it. I didn't know
that would have been the Baphomet.
Baphomet. It looked like you just like got some sort of Doom artifact and you were just smoking out of it. Like I don't know what was going on.
It was straight from Asgard
It
or
was
something.
fucking awesome.
I do think that vaping usually looks pretty nerdy, but Jay makes it look cool with the neck tattoo and the fucking. He's got a big like devil fucking like demon dick or whatever that he's.
Yeah, you went to the fucking fifth ring of
necklace.
hell and
Alright,
just
let's
and
let's
fucking.
see some. Let's look at different images.
Right.
I didn't take that one, obviously.
Did you take that
Jay
one?
Armstrong has his dick out for Harambe. So this seems legit. I can't believe 9
That's
on your
really
side.
a shot from the news, right? It's photoshopped, obviously.
Right.
But Amber and I were in a flash flood on 71 a couple years ago, and somebody took the screenshot from the story and started changing different stuff, and some of them were pretty good. That's the one that actually went viral on Twitter, or not Twitter, on Reddit. But the one, my favorite, just said got a pretty good hand job under this bridge.
6-layer shirt. Let's keep going. Yeah, dude, I like that all the background's
damn.
blurry. You were breaking all this down to me when I wrote you in the middle of the night. I always
That's
write people
unedited
12
also.
paragraph
Or was-
messages.
That's a clean image also.
So you did
That
that all
looks
on your camera
awesome.
without any editing? Oh, that's fucking
Right.
dope that you can figure that shit out. I would have so many problems trying
It's
to
like
do
fun.
this. These
That's a cell phone camera picture.
That's a pretty looking sky, though. Man, that looks good. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's your
That's
fucking.
an edited picture. Now
that's-
that's one I did some editing to bring out like the artistic part of it.
Stabby death knife and your sweet fucking king's head on a
Suicide King.
It
That's
looks
fucking tight.
awesome.
got a little heart on the top. Who does all the fucking the graphics? Like, do you got to put those as decals on there? Or they come on
No,
the.
they're engraved into the steel. That's a stainless steel mod. The other one was copper, but yeah, they're engraved right into the metal. But all the mods that I have right now are Death Wish brand. They're a Canadian company.
They look tight as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
you,
they really do.
You have really cool vape stuff. You got a Death Wish coffee shit in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the
yeah.
good coffee pot. You got that one that's like has
That's
the
a pour
fucking.
over. Yeah, I've got a pour over and I've got a.
Let me guess. You got a
French
burr
fry.
grinder. I guarantee this man has a burr grinder.
I got a cheap grinder, man. I got
Okay.
the kitchen art.
Is it the
KitchenAid.
electric one? The little fucking
Yeah.
the $12 one? You just
Yes, it is.
I
The cheapest
buy-
one I can find.
I buy dried chilies and throw. I have one for coffee and one for fucking for chilies and hot shit and throw it in
Don't
there.
I
get
hear
those
they're
ones
pretty
mixed
good
up.
for weed.
What?
I hear they're pretty good for weed.
I've never used a grinder for weed. I've just always broke it up with my fingers. I've never tried to do it with like.
Go to the main page instead of going image by image.
You
'cause
just,
there's some
uh,
stuff that's not like. So
blew
like the
my
dog
mind.
picture, I like that one a lot.
It's a cute puppy.
Aw.
Super cute puppy. I like that one. That's my favorite. The profile.
She's the ugliest dog,
Cute
No.
puppy. No, that's a cute doggy.
dude, and she's bad.
Oh, is she mean as fuck?
Yeah, she's bad.
What kind of dog? Those little dogs always have that Napoleon syndrome where they just want to fucking be way bigger than they are. They always have deep barks. Well, that one probably has a tiny bark.
Down, you knucklehead.
What? Which
You're
one?
just fucking running your fucking gob and not looking
that-
at these pictures.
This
so
is a
this,
solid one, bro.
Yeah, I like that one. That's the key knife. Those are all SOG products. The key knife, the Trident AT, and the Tomahawk.
It's fucking tight, dude. Hold up.
Golly.
What else you got?
The next one, the one after that picture.
So that one's edited also. That's actually a brass tube. That's the Baphomet.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool looking.
That's the one that you for sure had.
That's the one he went to the 5th ring of hell for.
Yeah, it looked like a 50 caliber bullet. It's fucking. Or wait, do you have one that looks like a bullet, right? Or you
I
had
do
one?
not. No.
Okay, somebody else had this. I was thinking of somebody else. Whoops. Okay, this is fantastic. Can people commission you to do photographs for like images and stuff like that? Like, is there work? Go to that website and there's an email address or
Go down to
something.
that flower. I'm pointing at it. I don't know why I'm pointing at it.
This one, got it.
That's an unedited photo also.
That's a good photo right there
That
too.
is a good photo.
It looks like a phone background.
It's just a bokeh from using a macro lens, so you get a real tight field of focus. Like, so if you close this out and go a couple up on the right hand side, there's it's just over this image. A couple up.
Okay, up. Which one?
Up, yeah. It's in the same column right there. All the little black things. Open that one. So that field of image or the field of focus on that gets the 3 different styles of coils that are there.
Right.
Everything else is not in focus. So with a macro lens, you can really decide what your field of focus is. Everything else is not in focus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fucking
that's
tight.
one of the things I was working on with that, and with if you go down or up, go up. It's also on the right under my daughter. That's another one where I was working on having 2 different points in the field of focus that are not connected. So if you look at the button on the left, that's in focus, and then the bottom of the mod on the right is in focus, but the rest of the mod is not.
Yeah, I see
that.
that.
That's I was working on separating field of focus on that. So a lot of these images that I posted are actually like me working out.
Yeah.
It looks good, dude. You're
It
doing a
really
great job.
does, yeah.
I was telling you the other day that you should look into doing this for like all kinds of products. Like, just figure some products out. You already have products that you love, like these knives and shit like that. Do you tag them? Do you ever tag the companies and stuff? You should fucking see if you can get some work doing this, because you're talented with it. You know what you're doing.
SOG and Armor have both reposted some of my images.
That's awesome, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
keep at it, and they'll definitely keep in contact.
See if you can get some fucking scratch for this,
Or like
dude.
the 3 bottles on the right here. See how the front one's in focus, and then it's kind of not in focus.
Mid-focus and then
completely out of
complete
focus.
blur. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Looks fucking great. You're
I
doing
mean,
a good
those
job.
bottles are touching. I mean, that's how close they are to each other.
Is that? Do you have to get a tripod and set that up and then like?
That's holding it with my hand.
Holy shit!
It's all
Hold your
about
breath.
lighting. It's all about lighting with that. If you have enough lighting, it's such a quick shutter speed that you can't really mess it up. The coffee in the middle there, I kind of like that one as well.
Yeah.
Got that Black Rifle coffee.
I like Black Rifle with that. I've got a subscription to their service.
That's the one, the veteran made one or whatever the fuck. Like
Yes.
the dude was brewing like dope cups of coffee in Iraq it and fucking bullets whizzing by his head. And he was like, I'm gonna start a coffee company when I get back.
But what I like about their coffee subscription is that you can set it to where you get different stuff every time. Like with Death Wish, you can do a subscription to them as well, but they only have one kind of coffee, really.
It's just that super caffeinated fucking Death Wish coffee. I mean, it's all right. It was just black coffee.
It tastes good. It does the job, but I like some variety.
Right. You want to be able to change it up every once in a while. I want a little fucking pumpkin spice in my life maybe today and
No, they
next
don't
week.
do that.
Here.
But-
Feeling a bold.
Fuck out of here with
feeling
your
a nice
bitch-ass
bold
pumpkin
one.
spice.
And there's my beautiful wife on the right.
Right here.
wearing
Oh yeah,
the
with the
shirt.
T-shirt. And you can
Yeah.
buy that T-shirt for how much, Jay Armstrong?
It's $20, counting shipping. I got to change my. I included the shipping in the price of it, and for some reason, I screwed it up when I was doing it. So it actually charges you like $26 if you try to order it right now, which is not what I want it to be. So I plan on going in and fixing that. I just haven't had the time.
Can they go to you
I will find
directly?
out.
Can they hit you up on like Instagram Messenger or some shit like that
If
if
you
they
hit
really
me
want
up
a
directly,
T-shirt?
I'll sell you one for $10 if I don't have to ship it to you.
Hey, go down and pick it up from fucking Jay in Kentucky. Maybe you get a $10 T-shirt. This is a great deal. For real.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
It's
quality
got Patrick's
T-shirts, right?
signature up at the top.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, Pat did a good job on that. And it's based
did,
on
he
your
did.
joke. If you want to check it out,
Fantastic job.
go to the YouTube and check out Jay Armstrong Comedy on YouTube. Let's install some fans. And that's what the T-shirt's about. Fuck yeah,
And then
dude.
The baby that's down here on the left, that's my granddaughter.
Right here.
Yep.
You have a
Aw.
granddaughter, dude? How fucking old are you? What are you, like 68? Jesus,
40.
Jay. You're 40, okay. Very cute, dude. What's it feel like to be a grandpa? You feel old?
Dude, it's the best.
That's awesome, man. Happy
And
for
that's
you.
my daughter and holding my granddaughter.
It's got to be so weird.
That's a cell phone picture. But so this is actually right when I got my new camera. So close this picture out.
Yeah.
Go down the image of the baby right there in the middle. That's with my old camera, which was also a pretty good camera.
Yeah, that's a great photo.
I don't even notice the differences in the quality because I just don't have an eye for it. I'm so bad. I know when I see a good picture, it's it's a good picture, but I don't know.
You don't know shit about art. Just keep going.
The color saturation that I'm getting from my Canon is way better than the color saturation I was getting from my Nikon.
Yeah, dude. I'll agree with you because, again, I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. This is great, man. So people should fucking commission you for that for sure. Check your website out.
Here, scroll up a little bit. Stop right there. That coffee picture I like a lot too. That's the French press.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, I can smell it from here.
Yeah, dude. All right, what was the thing that we pulled up the thing
Wish.
for?
Go to
Wish crack
wish.com.
pipes. That's right.
Wish
Look up
crack
crack
pipes.
Do you have
I
a
wanna see
favorite
these
review?
reviews.
You have to sign up to get in here.
Just go through Google.
Go through Google. Is it gonna like give my Google AIDS?
Yeah,
All right, cool.
probably tuberculosis.
I'm fine with it then.
TB is not
Or actually,
that
I mean, it's
bad.
Chinese, so you're probably going to get COVID immediately.
Sign up.
There's some strange shit on this site.
I don't want to put in all my
Are
stuff.
you gonna sign up, Cody? Sign up. Sign
No,
up for your
dude, because I have to
personal
type in all my
information
shit on the
That's
fucking
cool.
show that's going on YouTube. So this is a
real quick.
bad
They're just
idea.
gonna know your email.
No,
Dox
thanks.
yourself, dude.
I was just thinking about that while Jay was showing his family. I was like, man, I made a lot of fucked up jokes back a couple minutes ago, and now family pictures. This could go horribly wrong.
I want to remind all the watchers and listeners that I did not condone any of that.
He just laughed at it.
And spoke out against it at the time while laughing.
Oh, that's wrong. But oh man, my gut hurts from all this laughter inside of it. All right, we'll do the.
It's not letting you in? Lame.
Hold on, dude. We can figure this out. We'll figure it out.
Wish crack
Wish.
pipe reviews.
Crack pipe. How long does everybody have, by the way? How long y'all got? For
I mean, I'm at
How
home.
much
dude,
longer?
So it's whatever.
what'd you say?
I said I'm at home, so I got nothing. I got nothing going on other than my family missing me because I'm spending my time with you guys.
Nothing like worrying about your career because one asshole with long hair and a bent up fucking bill hat is like over here cracking retard jokes all throughout the podcast. And you're like, oh man, I'm not hanging out with my granddaughter right now for this asshole. Sorry, Jay. I'm
She's
really
actually
sorry.
here right now. She's upstairs.
Oh man, I'm glad you
Go
have
to the
headphones
crack
in.
pipe wish.
Yeah, there it is. Oh man, they have a whole subsection of Wish dedicated to crack pipes.
Oh, this is
Well, that's
great.
just
Wow.
swell. Oh, almost
Only
gone.
$3?
So many different kinds. What a steal!
$1 for these, bro.
But I
10,000
want the
people.
Ah,
Greasy whores.
I want the skull though. That's why I want the $3 crack pipe.
Hold up, bird.
10,000 people bought this and smoked crack.
Meth. Oh, they break it down by the drug. So you get a crack pipe, you get meth pipe. Does the FBI just show up at your door with the mailman as it gets there? Like, what the fuck? How you gonna? I just found a crack pipe on Wish. Trashy. This is from 2017. Now it's like on Facebook, marketed advertisements to me. Like, hold up.
Jesus.
We'll find this
look,
later.
you get the
Sweet
different
puff.
colors.
I'll definitely sign up for this later. But what? Can you give me an example? Like, I don't
Do-
Oh,
know.
dude, some of them are people talking about how amazing they are. Some of them are people trashing them. I mean, it's like reviews on legitimate products. From crackheads.
Dude, did you know that there's a heroin subreddit like where dope fiends can go and post about their dope, like, and fucking talk
I'm
about
not
like,
surprised. We used to all use the Arrowwood forum.
yeah, everybody, whenever different community, I didn't hang out with dope fiends, well, except for my uncle, but he was cool. But fucking hung out with people that did a lot of psychedelics, and they would use Arrowwood for everything.
Yeah, dude, for everything.
All your sketchy drug knowledge, like, fucking, I don't know.
Acid's awesome.
I don't know. Acid's awesome if you're getting acid. You're not getting like LSA or you're getting like PMA or like other shit that can kill you if it's one oxygen molecule different and you're getting it from some shady dude in fucking Northbrook. Like, I don't know.
Dude,
it can
Arrowwood
be.
saved lives. People can talk all the smack they want about Arrowwood. Arrowwood saved lives.
I agree. Yeah, it gives you good drug knowledge. But like, if the acid fucking tastes like this, it's probably not acid. Spit that shit out. But
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, like different types of mushrooms. Like, don't just go eat some shit you found underneath a cow patty. Like, it had good drug information on it for sure.
Solid
I think it still does.
community on Arrowwood.
I don't know. I don't know a lot about them. Fuck. What was we? What is gunpowder? I don't know anything about heroin, but I kept seeing it on this heroin subreddit.
I assume it's that gray stuff.
Yeah.
Probably.
Why is it?
Gray dope.
Why is it gray, dude? Like how?
It's just the process of them making it and what they cut it with and stuff.
Were you ever scared doing like black tar heroin, or did you ever do that? Was that ever?
I was typically hoping for death every time I used.
Okay, fair enough. But like just putting like tarry fucking awfulness in your, like, you could see it looks like tar. Like put that into your veins.
You have to cook it. You have to cook the tar because there's bacteria in it that can give you like it's like strep, but in your skin.
Oh yeah, you get that cotton vein. Is that what they call it?
Well, no, getting a cotton fit or cotton fever is different. The bacteria that comes from tar from not cooking it is like the flesh-eating disease.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, it's terrible.
What's the cotton vein from Requiem for a Dream? That's what he had, right?
Cotton fever is when you get a particle of the cotton into your bloodstream.
How does cotton get in there?
You use it as a filter to pull it up out of the spoon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's after you cook it on the spoon, right? You then add the cotton to then extract with these. Right?
Isn't it usually a cigarette butt? Like, I heard somebody say that they would use like an unsmoked cigarette butt.
Is what we typically used. And not just because we had cigarettes all the time, but because like cotton balls and cotton swabs, like the particles in that are finer, and you're more likely to get cotton fever than from using.
What happens? Does it just like ruin your fucking arm?
It's like having the flu. Like you get chills, like you get the most terrible headache. It's awful.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Your
joints will hurt. I mean, it's bad.
I was just thinking about it, not to just randomly grill you about heroin, but it was just that fucking heroin subreddit. I was like, I wonder what you would think of that, looking at that. It looks depressing. Like it's a whole culture that, it's not like what you were talking about with Airwood. It's not like that. It's literally them bragging about the dope that they got and like how fucking happy that they are.
There's posts like that.
On Facebook.
There's posts.
Facebook.
There's posts like that. There's posts like this is what my arm looks like now after I put it in. Like, is this going to be a problem? And there's people like, nah, that looks good, or no, you need to go to the hospital.
Like, I'm in recovery groups on Facebook, and even some of those people like will relapse and come back. Like, hey, I just found this rig on the ground. Should I use it?
What?
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, for sure. Go for it.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, what are you doing?
Damn.
They found a rig on the ground and they're thinking about putting it into their veins with whatever other blood is on it. God damn, that heroin shit goes deep. I don't get it. It just affects your brain in such a way. How good is it? Like, I remember. Do you know the comedian?
It's not just about being good though. It's a mental disorder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the way your brain functions is different once you become a drug addict.
Do you know the comedian?
Are you trying to equate it to like being fat and like constantly eating cupcakes? Like it's just so good they can't stop eating it because it tastes so good.
Well, no, I've heard addicts talk about it. I've been around addicts a lot, but I'm sure it's different for every person.
Even in eating disorder, though, it's not about enjoying the food. It's
right. It's mental.
It's trying to take a physical object and fill a spiritual or mental hole with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck was I gonna say about it? It was do you know the comedian Mike DiStefano? Dead now, but
yeah,
really.
So yeah, wait, is it Mike DiStefano? Is that who I'm thinking of? He's the fucking New York comedian that had fucking like AIDS. Didn't die of AIDS. Lived with HIV for like 25 years. Wife died of HIV back in the 90s. They both got it when it was like a fucking death sentence, and for whatever reason he had like the Magic Johnson thing where he just like his body just processed it and like it didn't kill him ever, and he ended up dying of a heart attack. He was like hardcore heroin addict for years and years in fucking New York, and like just a real rough around the edges kind of dude. He's fucking hilarious. If you get a chance, OK Karma on Spotify, listen to that album. It's really fucking funny. He's dead now, but he's a really phenomenal comic. But he had a joke about heroin where he was like, I'll tell you what heroin feels like. It feels like you're getting a blowjob while a puppy is licking your face and you're in heaven. It was like, he's describing it as like the most amazing thing on, I probably butchered the shit out of his joke, but he just describes it as like the most amazing fucking feeling in the entire goddamn world. And for you to like cook black tar heroin, filter it through a cigarette butt that you've probably smoked, and then shoot that fucking
you can't do it through a used filter.
Okay, thank fucking God.
That will make you sick also. You can die of nicotine poisoning.
Really? Holy shit. I didn't know that. Yeah, because
nicotine poisoning's rough, dude.
Have you ever gotten that from the vape shit? Like, you ever accidentally get some juice in you or anything like that?
Nope.
Shooting juice in the back of the vape store.
No, I quit taking IV drugs long before I quit smoking and started vaping.
Oh man, dude, I don't understand I guess I'm not a real addict. Like we were talking about this in a Facebook message or whatever the fuck, but I had like that love affair with cocaine for several months where I was just like doing it probably way too much, but not like real like everyday addict shit.
I would argue that doing cocaine at all is too much.
Yeah, no, it is. It definitely is. And luckily, everybody that I was doing with stopped. They all started hating it all at the same time. Like, all of us were just like, fuck this drug. And then everybody stopped doing it. So I don't have anybody around me now that's still doing it, luckily. Or if they are, they're keeping it under wraps. So it's not like a temptation anymore. But it was fucking, like, I remember feeling bad because I had dropped some in the fucking bathroom. And then, like, licking my finger to go get it. Instead of just being like, it's on the shit-covered bathroom floor that I haven't swept in months.
In the bathroom?
Yeah, dude, toilet paper and fucking, like, ball hair and all kinds of gross shit down there.
That's fucking disgusting.
Type of diarrhea that I take. And I was like, and then...
And did you put it in your mouth?
Yeah, dude. And then I went back
Okay,
for
so here's
more.
the thing.
And then I went back
And I was
for
like,
more.
that's real addict behavior. I was
So
like, I gotta
don't
quit
tell
doing
me
this.
that you don't understand someone picking a rig up off the ground. Because that is just
It was my bathroom. It was my bathroom. So, I don't know.
His shit particles.
My shit particles.
His
piss
It's
particles.
all right.
Your gross rationalization is the same thing they were doing.
And then one of my buddies did it in my car. There was some serious problems waiting to happen. I'm so glad that I don't fuck with this shit ever anymore. But
I only did it once, and I thought it was fucking whack.
you didn't do enough. But
stressful. Doing any kind of upper is stressful.
it's good.
I thought it was lame as shit. I
If you're a
didn't
drunk
want to
like
do
me,
it ever
it's
again.
fun. If you're a drunk like me, it's fun because you feel like you're sober when you're hammered, and it's like a cool combination of both. And I don't get the anxiety of doing the cocaine because it was like you've been fucking hammered, so I don't have any anxiety. Like that's why I drink so that I don't feel what I normally feel when I'm sober because I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to hide from all my fucking problems because I have issues that I'm not addressing. But with the cocaine, it was like a buddy did it in my car and then fucking dropped a bunch. He was just an animal about it because he's wasted and we're outside of a bar and he fucking does a bunch of it, drops a bunch of it in the seat and then fucking leaves like rocks of it in the car. And then I found it the next day. I was like, holy fuck. Like if I would have got pulled over, for sure DUI. Also like just crumbs right there in the front seat. Like, please take me to jail.
But that's like a
Please
gift,
take me
though.
to jail.
That's like Christmas morning right there.
No, it wasn't because I bought it and that fuckhead dropped it all and then I had to go fucking pull it out of my seats. It was like the opposite of a gift, Jay Armstrong. A shaky-handed
Oh,
friend.
whatever.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got a phone call coming in. It says scam likely. You guys want to hear me deal with that?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's end with that.
Yeah, we got.
Hello?
Goodbye.
All right.
Very
whore.
entertaining, Jay.
Whatever, you
It
stupid
just
whore.
said goodbye.
Call him back.
So I have this thing where I try to convince people who call with that scam telemarketing, and I try to convince them to commit suicide.
Did you know that they'll
Oh,
eventually?
yes. Have you ever gotten anyone to actually do it yet?
Have you killed anyone?
Not to the best of my knowledge, but
Oh,
Fuck.
my
damn.
favorite was this guy. He calls, and I always accept it. You know what I mean? And say, yeah, I want to hear more about this. Then I get the guy, and I was like, hey, before we go any farther, man, I just want to know, do you guys have I'm at my job right now, and I'm kind of upset with my maintenance department. Do you guys have like a janitor, like a maintenance department? And he was like, yeah, we have that. And I was like, do me a favor. They have like their own like closet or like office, right? And he goes, well, yeah. And I was like, I need you to go down there and get a rope. And I want you to tie it above your desk and then tie the other end around your neck and then jump off as hard as you possibly can. And he's just, fuck you. And I'm like, no, fuck you, dude. You're trying to steal money from me. Like, I know this scam. Like, this isn't even like telemarketing. Like, this is a full-on scam. And so we're screaming. Well, I'm dying laughing as I'm screaming, fuck you, suck my dick. He
Dude,
just yelled at me.
they'll say crazy
like-
shit to you too. Eventually, they all
He's
do.
like, you're the one who will be sucking dicks and eating shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
You
They
fuck
all
my
have the
mother.
same jokes. They all do, because they did it to me. Because I fuck with them every once in a while whenever I have the wherewithal and I'm a little hungover and I have some fun or whatever. Do the same shit to them. But they always, like, as soon as they realize that they're not going to get you, they'll stay on the phone with you and talk shit to you. Fuck your mother, fucking piece of shit. It's only the Indian call centers that I've noticed. Anybody else just hangs up.
It's
But
the most fun.
yeah, I'm sorry. I meant Native American call centers. But whenever they...
I don't think the people that you're talking about are Native Americans.
Oh,
You're
fuck.
talking
Make it
about
worse.
actual Indians, you
Oh.
idiot.
Okay.
I
Whoops.
think you can call
God.
people from India Indian. I
That was
think
a-
that's okay.
Yeah, that was a rough one. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I apologize to the internet. I'm going for it. What do you want from me? I'm going to make a couple mistakes.
There's a video I had seen where one Indian taxi driver cut off another Indian guy while he was trying to walk across the street. And all they did was scream back at each other the same, 4 swear words in broken English back and forth. Fuck you, you bloody motherfucker. Fuck you, bloody you.
I have kids in the house. Jesus, you can say it. Just don't scream it, you fucking psychopath.
Bloody motherfucker, you.
Dude, Godfrey has a good joke. Not Gilbert Godfrey, but the Godfrey, if you know who that is. Where he's talking about, how they don't know how to curse properly. Fucker, you shit ass and your pussy ass shit. They can't string cuss words together very well, so they always just, string them together wrong. If they're first
English
generation.
is a goofy language anyway.
What is it?
English is a goofy language.
That's very true.
Impossibly
stupid. Learn
stupid.
our backwards ass goofy language.
Yeah, it's impossibly ridiculous. It's hard as fuck for me, and I've spoke it every day for the last 26 years. I still fuck it up constantly. I don't understand all the rules and shit like that. All right, so is everybody worried about their future after this one?
No.
Feeling bad? Patrick looks a little.
You said it
ashamed
all
of me.
yourself, bud.
Yeah. We're
I had nothing
all
to
on the
say
right
on
side of
that.
history. You're the only one on the wrong side of this.
I feel like I always feel like I'm a liberal, but from the 90s. I don't know.
Liberal, but from the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know. The fucking where you still casually
This fucking
say
dude
the word retarded
wearing
to your
his
friend.
fucking battle vest with his spikes. Fucking.
I didn't mean it like that, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about? I don't mean it like, dude, Kurt Cobain rocks. No, that's not what I meant. I don't know. I don't feel like I fit in, and I don't leave my house, so I don't give a shit. What? I leave
you're
to go
an
to work.
outlier and you like rare stuff. Yeah, you're
But
cool.
here's the thing:
Yeah.
nobody leaves their house anymore.
No, yeah, people do. They don't give a fuck.
You think you're
People have
special,
stopped giving a
Cody?
fuck. Patrick cares a lot, but other people not so much. Me and Luke are right here. We might as well be making out right now with the way that this fucking disease spreads. I don't fucking know. What are we gonna do? People leave.
Oh no, if you're by each other, you're definitely giving it to each other. You don't have to make out. I mean, if you need that as an excuse, then go for it. But
All right, dude. So we could have just been making out hardcore this whole time, and fuck,
yeah,
dude.
Pat and I could have been talking about actually creating art instead of just starting it and quitting.
You guys are all saying
Bitch.
ooh, but I told him that. He said that because I told him that.
Yeah, but you just suck.
All right.
Yeah, no, you-
Really nailed me
it
with
up.
that one. Oh, you
You
fucking
set it up
suck.
at the
Damn,
beginning.
dude. How will I recover?
that's how jokes work. Somebody sets it up and then somebody else knocks it down for the rest.
And slams you.
Yes.
He fucking destroyed you.
All right.
But dude, I mean, I'm a total and
Vicious.
complete scumbag. You know what I mean? So there's lots of bad things about me. I'm fat. I'm going bald.
Yeah.
Dude, you should. Okay, so as far as editing photos, pictures that people took of me and sent me, photoshopping or cropping my gut out of it was the biggest editing that I did throughout all
Really?
the pictures. Yeah.
You crop your gut out of everything? Do you do that thing? It's happening to me now. I fucking hate it where I go to raise my arms up and if my shirt's too small, if it's shrunk in the dryer, the gut bursts out from the bottom.
Right,
Oh,
it kind of
fucking
hangs
hate
there
that.
a little bit,
Oh,
man.
it's the
Yeah,
worst.
no, I'm real fat right now. It's not good. I got some workout equipment, and I'm gonna do something about it.
Are you
But
getting
with all the
COVID
gym
fat?
shutting down, man, it killed me.
Yeah.
You went to the gym before that?
I did. I was in pretty good shape for a while, man, and then I got hurt. I hurt my shoulder, and then that kept me out for a year. And I had just gotten back into the gym and was just starting to feel normal again. And COVID hit.
I'm pretty
Broke
sure you were
everything down.
posting updates on Instagram, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to the internet. I deleted Instagram. But
Lucky.
I've been going the opposite of working out. Just eating Indian food a lot, way too much. Getting chicken tikka masala. It's just got
That's
fucking.
where that explosive diarrhea comes from.
Yeah, it's just got 7 ounces of
I don't know
ghee,
where it came
clarified
comes
butter and
from.
cream. No, I knew where it comes from 100% of the time. One time, Allie was roasting to me and my sister because my sister came over and I made her some eggs because it was breakfast time. I was making them anyways. And I was like, hey, Jessica, do you want any Satan's Rage hot sauce on your fucking eggs? And she was laughing, why do you have that? And then Allie was like, oh, you talking about his fucking hot sauce shelf where we can't put anything else because there's too much goddamn hot sauce in there? And she opens it up. She was like, I don't know why I have explosive fucking diarrhea that hurts every day. And then she points to the hot sauce shelf. Me and my sister are holding each other crying, laughing about it. Oh,
Hey,
it's
I would argue this
fantastic.
though, that she is definitely wrong about you having too much hot sauce, because no matter how much
Yeah.
you have, it's not too much.
Exactly.
Oh,
I want
God.
more. I
I
need
am
more.
such a bitch when it comes to spices.
Yeah, you are.
I
and
like
in so many
spicy
other
shit.
things in your life.
Fucking
That could have been a 5-word sentence and been just as accurate.
Yeah, I'm such a bitch. You could have just said that. By the way, that's 4 words. Oh man.
I am such a bitch.
I'm.
That's 5.
What
God.
if you
Hey.
say I'm? Yeah. Haha. We said
But I
I'm.
didn't.
You did.
Stupid.
You're an idiot.
All right, that's fair. I agree
We're
with
all
that.
idiots.
Luke's joke.
Let's
Luke's,
fucking wrap it up on
Luke's
being
fun
stupid.
joke every week is always like, "Oh, you fucking suck, Cody. You fucking piece of shit." Ha, ha,
But
ha.
it's
Well, I
funny.
mean,
It's
don't
really
be so
funny.
fucking stupid
Wow,
and
dude,
shitty,
nailed
and the
me.
joke will fucking land every
It's
week,
not a
dude.
joke. You were just
It's
insulting
great.
me. You're just like, "Fuck you, you
He's
fucking
just calling
piece of
it out,
shit."
Yeah, it's great.
I'm like, there's no joke here. You were just talking shit to me.
No, you just suck.
He's just telling you the truth.
Jesus.
That's what makes insulting children difficult. Because you can come up with like the sickest burn in the world, and they don't even understand any of the words, and then they're like, "You're stupid."
They'll be
They
like,
win because you understand what they're saying, and they don't even have any idea what you said.
yeah,
And then
they'll
you
be
think
like,
about
"Oh
it.
yeah," and then they'll shit their pants, and they'll be like, "Now you got to clean that up." Like,
Except-
you got me.
I understand you. I just want
You
you to
got
know
me
you're
good.
stupid.
Yeah, whenever I'm making fun of my baby to his face, like, stupid baby, I'm always trying to find
He
clever,
pukes on
creative
ya.
ways to do it, and he just throws up right in my own mouth. It's horrible.
God
Really
damn.
terrible.
He always finds a way to get back at you.
Kids
Yeah.
win, man.
What a bastard.
Well, hey,
Every time.
Jay,
9:30.
thanks so much for coming on, bro. Seriously,
Yeah,
we
thanks for
love
having
having
me.
you on.
Thanks for joining us, dude. It was fucking great talking to you again, Jay.
And I'm
We're-
sorry in advance for every joke that I made on this podcast. I'm sure I'll have to apologize later for it, so I'm just doing it now. I'm really, really sorry, and I totally mean it. Please don't take my shitty cooking job. I totally mean it.
I
He
definitely
needs it.
Yeah, for real. No, yeah, I feel so
Don't
bad.
ruin his life.
No, yeah, I've learned my lesson already, and I totally feel super bad. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I feel real bad about it.
Man, you folded and no one had to tell
Wow.
you to.
Oh no, I'm
This isn't
trying to
like you,
make the
Cody.
most bullshit, sarcastic, fucking half-ass apology ever to make a point that I really don't give a shit. If
Dude,
you
look up-
if you're offended by anything that I have to say, go
He's
fuck
still
your
saying
mother.
Sorry.
Stuff
look,
that
last
offense
thing
up
that
your
I wanna
mother's
say is
cunt
this.
sideways.
What's that?
Go ahead, Jay.
Look up Rucka Rucka Ali apology. That is the best fake apology ever.
What is it? Can we do that?
Rucka
Pat, do you have time
Rucka
to do this? You about to turn
Yeah,
into a
let's end
pumpkin?
it on this.
All right,
Rucka Rucka Ali apology.
all right, let's do it. Share.
Are you guys familiar with Rucka?
No, I have no
I have
idea.
no idea what you're talking about.
Is he from like
Oh,
Wu
dude,
Tang
he
Clan or
makes
something?
parody songs that
No.
are fantastic.
Am I spelling this right?
Yeah, ALI apology.
I wasn't looking at the screen
You
when
got
I typed
apology
this.
wrong.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't looking at the screen. Hold on. Which one is it? An apology to Rucka Rucka.
No, it's his apology. He posted it on Instagram. It may not be on.
Oh, I apologize, Rucka Rucka Ali. This one?
No.
That might be it. That doesn't look like the right thumbnail
It's
for
only
it.
443 views. Are you sure?
Yeah, I
And it
don't
was
think
posted 8 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's not it. That's some kid.
Let's watch it though. Maybe he needs
What
a view.
up? Just go to Google so you can get it on Instagram.
It's on Insta? All right, cool.
Yeah, he said that's where he watched it.
I wasn't listening. I was just waiting for my turn to talk.
Yeah, because you don't listen to your friends.
Controversial rapper Rucka Rucka Ali seeks apology, or he seeks an
Click it.
apology. Wait, is he asking for an apology?
Yeah, that's him looking for an apology.
Seeks apology from McDonald's. Okay, I don't think we're gonna be able to find
I don't
it.
think this is worth it.
No,
don't have time.
I guess maybe he deleted it. I don't know.
That's
But
all right.
It was like
What was it?
Like some of his stuff is pretty not okay for the general public, and it's like a 45-minute video of him just the most patronizing, obviously not sincere
Yeah.
apology, dude, and it goes on forever and ever, and it's hysterical.
He just
But
goes
go watch his videos. Some of them are pretty funny.
10-minute fake apology, like really going for it, fucking
Right.
rolling his eyes and shit like that. Yeah, I like that guy. I don't know anything about him, but I already like him.
Yeah,
All right,
Rucka's
Jay.
Cool, man.
Thanks so much for coming on our show. We really appreciate it. Hope to have you back soon.
Yeah, dude.
J Armstrong Comedy. Check him out on YouTube. Check him out on his
Lots of free
website.
time.
Yeah, the letter J Armstrong.wtf. All right, sponsors, and we'll get the fuck out of here. This episode, as all episodes, is sponsored by the amazing, the incredible, the talented, the long dick wizard, Anthony Tank Mansfield. Mansfield runs the Kneel to No One brand, where he does awesome art like this shit that Clint Young fucking commissioned for us. He'll do your T-shirt designs. He'll do your fucking decals for your car. Whatever you want, hit him up. Designs starting at $30 and going up from there. He's got T-shirts, enamel pins, and sweet-ass fucking glassware. I'm wearing one of his T-shirts. It's a Motorhead hop with the Neil to No One, Cincinnati, Ohio on the bottom. He's fucking awesome, and I love him. Thanks for doing the art. Take it over, Luke.
We are also sponsored by Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop. Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop has all your essential needs for heady glass, kratom, and or tobacco products. They have an excellent deal going on where if you tell them that you are an active listener of the Bastard Sermon and that you are a bastard, they will give you 10% off your order. They have 2 shops you can go check them out at 11424 Montgomery Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45249. And the other one is fucking up my phone.
Newport.
The other one is at 937 Monmouth Street, Newport, Kentucky, 41071.
Jay knows every vape shop in the entire Tri-County area.
Now go check them out. Tell them you're a bastard and buy some excellent glassware.
It'll make
They
your
got
dick
good
bigger.
shit.
It'll make your dick so
Also,
much bigger.
Check out Clifton Barbers at 337 Ludlow Avenue. If you go to their Instagram or Facebook of Clifton Barbers, you can go and see all the personal accounts of all the people there, and you can see how cool the haircuts are. There's no walk-ins at the moment due to COVID, but it's same-day appointments, so either show up and get scheduled or call in and get in a spot. They also have online booking from what I was just told. Cash only, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, and then 10 a.m. through 4 p.m. Saturday. And be sure to check it out. And of course, check out my art page, Dark Mountain Cult. Buy some fucking art. Let me draw you something cool.
I just want to say personally that as far as all of our sponsors go, every one of them has the potential to make your dick either look or actually grow bigger. Mansfield's
true.
T-shirts make your dick look bigger. Scarlet Vape
Well,
and
he's
Smoke.
the long dick wizard. He knows the long dick spells.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The kratom, if you overdose on it, you'll wake up with a bigger dick from Scarlet Vape and Smoke. 100% guaranteed. They said that I could say that. That's totally cool. And Clifton Barbers will actually...
by Luke's face that they did not, in fact, say that.
No, they totally
They
did.
implied it.
They heavily implied it. And, I mean, Clifton Barbers will actually trim your pubes to make your dick look bigger. And, swear to God, not lying about this part. Not that I was about anything else, but definitely not lying about this part. Cody Best, which we've had on the show, from Clifton Barbers. Check him out. Check his fucking chair out. Go and schedule a haircut appointment with that bitch. He wanted to straight razor shave my nutsack.
He will.
For real, 100%,
Yes,
not making
he
this
will.
up. And he is going to straight razor shave my nutsack. I mean, yeah,
Please
going
live stream that.
going full gay for the
Let's do
Bastard
it this
Sermon.
week.
I'll do
all
it on
about
the
it.
gram.
No,
I'll
we have to do it on the show.
gram. Yeah, we plan for it to be on the show.
Yeah, we gotta do it on the show.
All right.
I got a
Dude,
hairy
I'll come
sack.
with my. Dude, I got the new GoPro. I can live stream from it.
If you
Let's
want,
just get a
seriously, if you
whole
got your
party
good
going
camera,
for it.
you want to take some solid pictures of my nutsack getting shaved by a straight razor. Hopefully, I mean, maybe he'll nick a nut and like we'll get a good Reddit post out of this. This podcast will finally get some fucking traction. I'm trying to do it with all these fucked up jokes. Maybe somebody will write a fucking article and be offended or some shit, and maybe we can get a couple more listeners. But maybe, cut my ball sack open. That's the next phase of fucking whoring my body out for more listeners, for 20 more
headline is
fucking
podcast.
YouTube subscribers. Yeah, what's the headline?
The headline is podcast host dies.
Castrates himself.
Yeah, the guy that knows how to edit the videos and fucking run all the sound software, he died, so there is no more podcast also. That too. But there's sweet DSLR pictures of the inside of his nutsack, or sorry, mirrorless camera, whatever. And also Patrick's, if you buy Patrick's art, it'll also make your dick look a lot bigger. I mean,
Ever
Patrick's-
since he sent me prints in the mail, my dick actually has gotten
I'm
bigger.
pretty sure it's not confirmed.
Wow.
Patrick will never neither confirm nor deny, but pretty sure Pat's got the biggest dick on the podcast. So if anybody, I could almost guarantee it. He's got to tie it to his leg in the morning, tie it to his ankle in the morning. So he's got a monster in his pants. I guarantee it. So that's the
I'm
type
sure
of
at
guy.
some point Patrick and I will see each other's dicks. We'll find out.
Yeah, okay. You guys should have a dick off for sure. I got the littlest dick on here. I guarantee it because Lucas said the number. I said my number. For sure, Luke's got a better.
I mean, when
bigger
Cody
piece.
has his nuts out and he's getting straight razored, we might as well pull our dicks out. At that
Judge
time.
my
I'll
dick.
pull my dick out if that makes
Make
you
it
pull
Harambe
pulling your
process.
dick
I'm
out.
not pulling my dick out. I'll pull my balls
for
out. I don't have a
Harambe.
photogenic cock, boys. I'm not pulling that thing out soft to get it shaved. It's already weird enough. I don't need to make it extra uncomfortable for me. But
What are you gonna do? Put a sock over it and tape it to your belly?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's gonna do.
I'll demonstrate right now. You can just pull the you just
Oh, okay, and that
yeah
makes
from the
sense.
side of
I
the
get
thing.
it.
Pull the
Thanks,
sack out from the
Buster.
underwear.
You remember Leslie Chow?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna make it
hanger.
flat like paper to minimize the nut cutting. Like, you know
Bat
what I mean?
winging.
I really don't want my nut to be fucking split open. That would be horrific. But like, it'll be really funny if he straight razor shaves my nutsack. So I'm for sure gonna let him do it.
What if
Stretch
he
it.
nicks your balls and then your balls shit out your nuts?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
a boy
slip
can
out.
dream, Luke. A boy can dream. Yeah, Pat and his big dick art and his big dick personality will fucking make your dick bigger. So yeah,
Let's
all of our-
fucking close it out now. That's
All
it.
right.
That was
And
a
Jay's
long
jokes
plug
make your dick
set.
bigger.
Yeah, his jokes
All of his
do
jokes.
make your dick
They
bigger.
all
Thanks
make your dick
again,
bigger.
Jay. Thanks again, bastards.
And they make your pussy bigger too.
Tune
All right,
in.
Oh no, we don't want
Get a
that.
bigger pussy.
We'll
that
see you guys next week.
Big old fat pussy you always wanted. Deuces.
Later.